of these circumstances that we have, right? So within everything that we got going on, oh yeah, none of your business. You up here. For some reason, when I tried to tag you, your thing didn't come up. I'm still subscribed to you. Check and see if you're still subscribed to me, because for some reason it wouldn't come up. I checked. I am still subscribed to you, so check that. See what's going on. But I don't know. They kind of blocked that one. But you know, this is where my focus is. So whatever went on here, what's going on here, that's my focus. And what we're dealing with in regards to so-called black people, right? So-called black people and people that are infiltrating and posing as black people, but are foreigners, and people that are actually doing things in the name of being black. And the Mockingbird media is actually saying that they're black too. So I know everybody want to talk about this. They want to talk about that. They want to talk about Nassar, Jassara. They want to talk about all these conspiracy theory things, but it has not been presented to the people. What we do have is what is being presented, and this is what I'm focused on. All right. So everything is the play, right? How are we going to be able to get reparations and restitution? How are we able to get some repairing, some restoring done? We got to focus on the target. We got to focus on the problem. Now, all I'm doing is giving my take on what I consider to be not the problem, but a problem. Start there. All right. And that's everything that I've been going over. Now, it's a lot to deal with. I know in this circle, whoever is going to be listening later might not know. In this type of circle, I'm dealing with everything that is considered to be copper colored, or what is considered to be black, Negro, colored, American, Indian, Native American, Pan-African, anybody that's falling under these other things, FBA, ADOS, whatever we might want to call it. This is what I'm focused on. I'm going to take all that and I'm constructively critique every aspect of it. All right. So without further ado, let me get this last one. Where you at? Where you at? Where you go? So a second. Okay. All right, let's get started. We're going to start off with some healthy things, some remedies. Let's start with that.
With a generous pour of peroxide for about 10 minutes, a few times a week, the oxygen penetrates under the nail and fungus cannot survive in a high oxygen environment. Fungus is anaerobic. It dies in oxygen. That is basic microbiology. And it was known in 1935 for ear pain caused by wax buildup, not infection. Wax a few drops of peroxide tilted into the ear, left for a minute, then drained onto a towel. The wax softens and breaks loose. Safe, simple, and free. And that is only the medicine cabinet. We have not even walked into the kitchen yet. We have not even opened the door to the laundry room. We have not even stepped outside into the garden. Because once you see what this bottle does in the rest of the house, you are going to start looking at your hardware store receipts very differently. Now, if you already own a house and you are thinking this only applies to people building from scratch, stay with me. Because this next part is specifically for you, and it is the part I wish someone had told me 20 years ago. If your house was built before 1980, and especially if it was built between 1950 and 1975, you are almost certainly dealing with three problems right now that a bottle of hydrogen peroxide handles better than any modern product on the shelf. Problem number 1, mold in the bathroom. The grout lines between your tiles, the caulk around the tub.
Now, I just thought about something. This was the actual first time that the Amish came out and voted. You know, the Amish never dealt with the United States like that. They always are considered to be isolated, separate, and private. And they pretty much use remedies. But what I've been noticing is that there's a lot of Amish remedies being tossed out there. But I remember they actually did endorse Donald Trump. See, and all the declass that's going on, all these declassifications that are going out here with all these remedies, all these different things, all the history, and people were just talking about all this stuff that has been released. Right? So, just a thought.
The dark corners behind the toilet where you can never quite scrub everything clean. Those older bathrooms were built with porous materials that newer bathrooms do not use. Grout from that era, especially the cement-based grout, used heavily from 1955 through the late 1970s, soaks up moisture and feeds mold spores for years, decades even. Standard bleach kills the surface mold, but it does not penetrate the grout. You scrub, the surface looks white for about a week, and then the mold comes right back because the roots were
That's right.
never touched. Peroxide does penetrate. You pour 3% peroxide directly into a spray bottle.
Okay, so he said 3%, right? So if you pay attention, when you get those peroxides, there's a bunch of different types of percentages. So the 3% is going to clean. I think the 7%, they have different percentages. Some that are more like intake, you can actually put it in your mouth, and then there's other ones that can be used for cleaning. So just, look into that. So to be clear.
Spray it heavy on the grout lines. Let it sit for 10 minutes. You will see it foam wherever there is active mold. Then scrub with an old toothbrush and rinse with warm water. Do this once a month, and the grout in a house built in 1963 will look the way it did the week it was installed.
Now, the other thing he didn't mention, when you're dealing with mold, because those things are active, right? And what they do, the mold works high, not low. So under the circumstances, make sure you got some goggles on. Go to Home Depot, get you some goggles. Actually, they probably got them at the dollar store too. And you might be able to find some at the Goodwill. You ain't got to pay high price for it. Get you some goggles and get you some plastic gloves. And with those plastic gloves, then put some rubber gloves over it too as well. See, I double lace mine, and make sure you got a long sleeve shirt on. That'd be good. Preferably like a windbreaker type, because that cotton, it could get on that cotton and it could sit.
I did this in my own bathroom, which was original from 1971, and I have not bought a specialty mold product since. Not one. Not a single bottle of the foaming spray that costs $9 and barely lasts 3 applications. Problem number 2, the old refrigerator. Older refrigerators, especially models built before the late 1980s, have rubber door gaskets that are almost impossible to clean properly because they have little folds and pockets where food particles settle and bacteria grow. You cannot bleach a rubber gasket because bleach dries out the rubber and the gasket cracks within a year, and then you have cold air leaking and your electric bill climbing. You can peroxide a rubber gasket, soak a cloth in 3% peroxide, wrap it around the gasket, leave it for 15 minutes. The peroxide kills the...
That's right, and a mask. My bad. I didn't say mask. Yeah, and a mask.
Bacteria, lifts the buildup, and does not damage the rubber. The same technique works inside the refrigerator on shelves, bins, and door compartments. And when you are done, there is no chemical residue sitting next to your food, no perfume, no dye, No mystery ingredient, just water and oxygen, because that is what peroxide breaks down into once it has done its job. Problem number 3, the old washing machine and the laundry that has turned gray over the years. In houses built before 1980, the plumbing is often older galvanized pipe that releases trace iron into the water. That iron gradually turns white fabrics dull, yellow, or gray. Bleach makes it worse because bleach reacts with iron and creates a yellowish stain called laundry stain, even on white fabric. Anyone who has ever bleached a white shirt and watched it come out looking worse than it went in has seen this happen. Peroxide does not react with iron that way. A cup of 3% peroxide added to a hot water wash with your regular detergent will brighten whites more than bleach ever did. It will not damage elastic. It will not yellow synthetic fibers. It will not eat holes in your cotton shirts the way bleach does over repeated washings. And it is safe to pour down old cast iron drain pipes, which bleach slowly corrodes over the years.
Now, this is a little disturbing, but these police, they equal opportunity employers.
Give me your badge number. Give me your hand. Give me your badge number.
The officers acted within the law and policy of the El Paso Police Department. That's what I expect my officers to do.
Okay, I'm going to show you how to sue the cop who punched you, the officers who witnessed him punch you, the police chief who condones the behavior, the police department, and the city. And you can do it too using this tool called Due Process Defender. So I'm going to run this case through the program and let me show you what it said. A cop was laying on top of me with another police officer, had me fully pinned. I was not a threat. I asked him to give me their badge number and he punched me in the eye, really hard, causing damage. The police chief then came on TV and he said he condones his action, right? We all heard it. He condones it. I want to hold everyone accountable. Show me how to sue everyone responsible for this violation of my right. So here's what it said. What he described as a serious, but it's a classic excessive force plus civil rights violation case. You're not just filing a complaint, you're building a federal civil rights lawsuit. So it's going to show you every single step. And anything you don't know, it can educate you on it, any topic. Step 1, constitutional violation, your strongest weapon. He describes its multiple constitutional violations immediately. Number 1, excessive force, 4th Amendment. Police cannot use force that is unreasonable under the circumstances. You were already pinned. Was she pinned?
Give me your badge number.
So yeah, she was pinned. She wasn't resisting. She was just pinned there from the video. She asked a question, then got punched in the face. That's excessive force. That's how easy it is. Like, is she a real threat? What is she doing? You have to use so much force against the people you're supposed to protect. Here to protect and serve. Like, how's it work? That's why they have these laws, but they only protect you if you use them. Most people can't because they can't afford it. Now you can because you can use your mind. This tool, there's nothing like it. Well, watch. Let's continue. It says that's a textbook violation or a federal lawsuit against the violator. Assault under color of law. When an officer assaults you while acting as police, it becomes a civil rights violation, potentially criminal federal law. Number 3, failure to intervene the other officers that were right there present. They didn't do anything. They're also liable. Courts have ruled officers must stop excessive force when they can do it. Number 4, supervisory liability. The chief, right? What did the chief say? Did he fire him? We don't condone the actions of this officer, excessive force, blah, blah, blah. What did he say?
The officers acted within the law and policy of the El Paso Police Department. That's what I expect my officers to do.
Yeah, he sounds pretty liable. He's saying, yeah, go ahead, you can do it. Got him pinned in the corner? Give him a black eye, bro. Here to protect and serve, right? That opens the door to policy and custom liability Monell claim, meaning the department itself can be sued if they approve the misconduct. Well, he definitely approves. They tolerate it, yeah, for sure. And they train officers poorly. So they're liable. Ding dong gave them all the evidence you need. Like, that's the element you need to take to court, and he just said it. Step 2, due process violations and a sweep. From a description, already see potential violations, excessive force, possible unlawful detention, possible false arrest, failure to identify, abuse of authority. Step 3, who do you sue? Very important. You don't just sue the cop, you sue every layer strategically. The defendants are going to be the officer who punched you, the officers who were present, the police chief, the police department, and the city. This is how you force accountability. and money liability. They want to take your rights, have to make them pay. They've been getting away with it too long. People just have to learn how to do it for themselves, and that's what this tool is here to help you do. Step 4, what you file the actual lawsuit. So you will be filing a federal civil rights complaint in U.S. District Court. Legal basis is 42 U.S.C. 1983. You can ask it any question about education and it will teach you anything. Anything. Step 5, what you must prove. Check this out. Only need to prove that they were acting under color of law. Easy. They were police officers, right? Meaning they have an oath to protect and serve the community, one punch at a time. Number 2, they violated your constitutional rights. You were pinned plus punched. So were you pinned and then you were punched? Violation of your rights. Excessive force. And that's it. That's all you got to prove. We got the video. Go stand up for your rights.
Very good. Very good.
When we arrived in Israel, was not diluted.
This guy got an afro. I don't know. White man with an afro? Hey, I got to play it.
It was erased. My name is Avi Schlein. I am an Arab Jew. I was born in Baghdad in 1945. When I was 5 years old, my family moved to Israel. I went to school in London from 15 to 18, and I had all my university education in Britain, and I am an emeritus professor of international relations at the University of Oxford and a fellow of the British Academy. When I was writing my autobiography, I spoke to my mother a lot about our life in Iraq, and the picture she painted is that of a very comfortable life and a very happy life with many Muslim friends. And one day I said to her, "Did we have any Zionist friends?" And she said, "No, Zionism is an Ashkenazi thing. It's nothing to do with us. Zionism was a movement by European Jews for European Jews. We were Iraqis. We had very deep roots in the country. We spoke Arabic at home. Our social customs were Arab customs. Our food was Arab food. My parents' music was a nice blend of Jewish and Arabic music. The Jews in Iraq didn't stand out. There were many minorities, a long tradition of religious tolerance between the minorities, and we were one minority among many. We were Arab Jews, and we led a very happy and contented life until the rise of Zionism and the establishment of the State of Israel.
Uh-huh.
$50 million to 4,000 black workers, and nobody at the top is calling this for what it is. Give me 60 seconds. This one is diabolical. The headlines are calling it a settlement. Google's press team is saying they admitted nothing. The lawyers are calling it pay equity reform. Let me tell you what they won't. This was a buy-off. A former Google employee named April Curley filed the lawsuit in 2022. She said Google hired black workers into lower-paying jobs, treated black candidates worse in interviews, and got rid of anyone who reported it. 4,000 black workers joined her case. The Washington Post confirmed Google had an internal designation for them called Black Plus. 3 years in court, $50 million on the table, and Google walked out with no admission of fault. And here is what nobody is connecting. Google sells AI hiring tools to every Fortune 500 company in this country. The same Google that just paid $50 million for discriminating against black workers is the company training the algorithm that decides who gets hired everywhere else. AI does not predict the future. AI automates the past. 99% of Fortune 500 companies are using automated systems to screen your resume before a human ever sees it. And the AI doing the screening was trained on the last 30 years of who got hired. So you do not get hired in 2030 based on what you do. You get filtered out based on what they did to black women in 2010. The bias used to affect 4,000 workers at one Google office, now that same bias bias is running in software at least 500 of the biggest companies in America. The lawsuit changed absolutely nothing. It just made the next round invisible. Here's my message. Stop trying to win their game. Build something they can't fire you from. Comment voice if you are ready to build your own economy.
Boy, it's a lot. It's a lot being black. The pros and the cons. Being black.
If you read the news, if you talk to a lot of people, Trump's an idiot. And this war in Iran makes no sense at all. But then if you just read the National Defense Strategy that is on the Department of War website, and anyone can go there and download it for free and read it themselves, it's a very clear roadmap of what America needs to do in order to maintain imperial hegemony. And so let's just summarize the major points. The first major point is to maintain control over the Western Hemisphere and create a fortress America.
Which is why he invaded.
That's hegemony. Hegemony, imperial hegemony. Imperial control. He just kind of said that. The next sentence is control. Hegemony.
Venezuela, and he says he's going to invade Cuba.
Exactly.
And also Greenland.
Look at all the countries.
That's a British talking brother right there. Brother. They say brother with a V. Brother.
That he's named over the past year. Greenland, Canada, Mexico, Venezuela, Cuba, Colombia, Nicaragua, Honduras. It's all the Western Hemisphere, right? And they're all together. Second point is to create divide and rule all around the world. So imagine a situation where in Europe, NATO fights Russia in Ukraine. In East Asia, China fights South Korea and Japan. In the Middle East, Iran fights the GCC allied with Israel. What does America do? America can now sell everyone weapons and resources and finance it. This would be back to World War II.
But it makes them weaker as well, generally.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Right? And then what would happen is that $40 trillion that America has in debt, it would disappear because it would be absorbed by the world. Right? So you can say, look, Trump's an idiot, but if you actually look at a map and how America wants this map, this world map to play out, it makes perfect sense.
So the war is going well for Trump.
The war is going very well for Trump.
Now, let me see if I can try to translate that. Now, anybody that's saying Trump is stupid is lying. They know what he's doing. This is the whole partyism situation, right? Democrat, Republican. Remember, we're just analyzing it from the fact of people that are out here talking against what Trump is doing, but actually know exactly what's going on, especially if you're in Congress. If you're in Congress, right, you're first in line. You fund these things. You have the power of the purse. So what is being voted on? What is being approved through the House and the Senate? Nobody knows. But in a sense, he's saying that getting control of the Western Hemisphere, from my mindset, from my political science mindset, public policy, public administration mindset, that's what needs to be done. Because the previous administrations over the last 50 years has been selling America to everybody else. When they say selling America, the people. See, people need to look into these treasury bonds and all these paper savings bonds and all these things. that I can't show. See, I'm not showing that. See, I could show you some others. I'm not doing it. But what I can do is say, well, over the last 50 years, and this has been the main thing, and this actually goes back to the Black Caucus and all these so-called Black people that is a representation. They have allowed through the Civil Rights Act and all the acts that come along with that, especially after 1968, right? Because, after 1968, they kind of like seized a lot of control. In 1965, they was able to establish their own democracy or their own party or their own power within the so-called Black community through the 1965 Voter Rights Act. That's why they fought so hard to get us to vote, because we was not voting. The voters, them getting us to vote, and I'm saying us because my ancestors vote, not ancestors, my forefathers and foremothers voted. Not only voted, they then decided to have their children in hospitals. That's a whole nother story. Number two, after that, they then put their footprint, allowed their babies to get footprints and then sell the information off that they didn't know, create applications, letters of credit, and then create all these public trust, SDKs, and all the other stuff. There's a whole nother conversation. This is just me talking. And then after that, you register them with the Social Security Administration, right? And the Social Security Administration, the Social Security Act came out, 1934? I'm not sure. Federal Reserve Act, all these things that was connected, right? And kind of like increments. I don't know, you might see where I'm going, you might not. But you backtrack a little bit. And then you got all these different acts, 1924 Indian Citizenship Act, federal jurisdiction coming through in places where they wasn't supposed to be. And then you go further back to Reconstruction, Famous Forum. You have all these people coming over here. You have you got the Homestead Act. You had all these new people coming in that were pretty much over here based on servitude of some sort, voluntary or involuntary, penal, criminal. And then somehow it translated and it was remixed and reformed or reconstructed so that way it can encroach and trespass on the people that were considered to be Indians at that time by definition. So Trump and his administration are making sure, based on what I'm saying, my best guess, is that they're making sure that the Western Hemisphere, the real Western Hemisphere, anything on that other side of that Atlantic, is controlled by America. And anybody that has been given access to America, more importantly, the land and the resources, got to go. And those people that are actually doing that, we're going to go get them. We're going to go find them. Yep. This is what my guess, what Trump said. Hey, you know what? Anybody got any type of encumbrances over here of any sort, we're going to go get them. We're going to talk to you first. We want to see if you're going to give it up. And also, you need to give up the traitors. We need their names. We need their names. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that you keep everything you got if you give up those names and you skedaddle. And then we create this tariff agreement where now if you want to import something, you come through us first and not come around us. Because last time I checked, this is all America. From Nova Scotia to the tip all the way down to the tip of South America and the islands. If you don't do that, guess what? We cutting off the waters over here. And then we're going to go get you. Now, people say, well, shit, he ain't supposed to be doing all that. Well, why not? That's what a leader does. He is supposed to be the leader of the free world. Isn't that what they always say? He is the president, the commander-in-chief. He is the leader of the free world. Let me put a comma and pause on that. Let me look at the chat. Let me make sure that I'm good. Okay, I'm golden. I'm golden. I'm golden. I ain't talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. Let's get back to it. But everybody want to put a spin on it, right? Everybody. But the most important people in our circle is these so-called black people, men and women, along with some of these pale skins that are considered to be these people that he don't mess with. Look at, he don't mess with them. His family don't. He said, we don't mess with them. We Iraqi Jews. We don't mess with the Ashkenazis. We don't mess with them. See what I'm saying? So under the circumstances, nobody knows what Jews he's talking about. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what Israel he's talking about. Nobody knows. But everybody's under the assumption and presumption about what they think they know. And here's the cold thing about it. Nobody knows. I'm standing on that every day. How can you ask me a question when you don't know? Because when you ask somebody a question, you either know the answer or you don't know the answer. But if I say I can't answer the question and you don't give me the answer, that means you don't know either. See, but sometimes I do know the answer. If y'all listen closely, I do know the answer, but I'm not going to answer with somebody I know that don't know the answer. You understand? That's empowering a dummy. That's actually empowering your enemy. That is like enemy 101. That's infiltration 101. That's provocateur 101. What do you know, Jack? But I'm going to act like I think I know something, but I really don't know anything. But I know I got the crowd, and I can sit there and then I'm in a safe place. This is why people don't want to come outside. They comfortable space, because you know why? They don't want to get exposed. See, but the one thing I can say about Trump, and why I can say he is a leader, because number one, he put himself out there. I think they were suing him like 18 times, or was it 18,000 times? They were suing him so many times. And he was all right with that. He did the whole gamut, like he'd like to say all the time. Central casting. Yeah, he already know it's acting. Yeah. Y'all want to put on act? Let's put on act. I bet you I could do it better. But guess what? I'm going to sit there. I'm going to take my little mug shot. Yeah, everybody put them T-shirts on it, make mugs out of it. Everybody got paid. Yeah, I'm about to get everybody paid off this. Yeah. How about we do this? And how about we do that? Oh, shit. God damn, I got a duck. Man, try to take my earlobe off. Was it real or was it Memorex? Who knows? Nobody knows. But it happened. Then on top of that, right? you have something that is considered to be, and I'm going to play that in the middle. I'm not going to play it in the boulevard strolling we're going to do on the stream. I'm going to play it after. You know, so we get a clear understanding of what's actually being done. See, but people really don't know. What I know from my experience, when people want to ignore, it's fear. It's fear of the unknown, right? And fear always comes from the unknown. Where else does fear come from? It comes from the unknown. You can't be afraid of something if you know about it. If you know about it, then you'll know how to conquer it. And if you don't know how to conquer it, that means you're afraid of what can happen if you don't conquer it. So that's unknown. What leaders do is they make a conscious decision. They get out there and they already got their plan already made up. They already have a plan of action, did their research, but then you got other people that are considered to be jokers. Gotta watch them people. You got these people that I've been showing them over the last 2 weeks, and these people up here supposed to be in representation positions and sitting there up there clowning. All they're talking about is Trump. They ain't mentioned Jerome. They ain't mentioned Aton. They ain't mentioned old dude. They ain't mentioned none of your business. They ain't mentioned business. They ain't mentioned nobody. They ain't mentioned Derek, Richard, nobody. They are still, well, you get the point.
We're at a situation where, okay, look, if you read the news, if you talk to
Right.
a lot of people, Trump's an idiot. And
bingo. Let's get to the next one. See, now this guy's he's kind of impressive, but I think at the end of the day, I don't know. But his approach to what he says and what he does is cool. I'm with him. He's cool. See, but these are the type of people I would love to have a conversation with. See, because they really don't know American history. These people are so not American. Not American. The other guy he talking to, not American. A sister right here. Info. Yeah, get that. 50 million. Bingo. Yeah, that's good money. Okay. Not American, but good information. That right there, we could say we kind of brought them over here. So yeah, they United States citizens, so they good. Right? How much information? These people that came over here made their own way. Cool. Information. News we can use. So let's go.
Entire Sahel region is being pillaged. No one's doing anything about it. In 2020, the people of Mali rise up. They take back their government. They have a coup. In 2022, Burkina Faso has a coup. Same year, Mali kicks out the French military from their country. 2023, Ibrahim Traoré in Burkina Faso kicks out their French military. Later that year, Niger joins the party. They have a coup. They kick out the French military. Now, when Niger has their coup and takes their country back, everyone and their mother put sanctions on Niger. The US put sanctions, France put sanctions, the EU put sanctions on them, the African Union put sanctions on them, the Netherlands put sanctions on them. These sanctions were supposed to cripple Niger's economy. Mali and Burkina Faso are watching. They know the sanctions come first and then regime change comes next. They come in and say, we're going to support Niger with our military and with economic aid if anyone tries to invade them. This makes everybody back off. This is when all the assassination attempts on Ibrahim Traoré started to ramp up. The next year, they formalized the alliance. It's called the AES now. They got military support from Russia. So they got rid of France, and now Russia is holding it down. They created their own currency and got rid of the French CFA franc. They took back control of their mines, and they also started trading with China. The US is pissed. France is pissed. Everyone is pissed. This is why you're seeing all these assassination attempts on Ibrahim. This is why countries like Togo and the Ivory Coast are getting caught trying to replace Ibrahim Traore.
Now, when Trump first got in office, I think in the first 90 days, he said he settled a lot of these problems that they had with Africa. The Hutu and the Tutsi and all that. Them people been warring. You guys seen Hotel Rwanda and all that stuff? If you haven't, you need to watch it. That's what my guy that played Mouse in Devil in the Blue Dress with Denzel Washington. Best acting job. I mean, I was laughing all day long. Hey, look, listen. These people, right? And this is where the Nassar Jassar thing come in, right? Nassar Jassar thing come in where all of these countries, you know, this is where people talk about BRICS and all that. All of these countries are claiming back their wealth. Sovereign wealth fund. They're claiming back their wealth everywhere. And like I said, you got NATO. They were talking about France and all that shit. This is where we're talking about NATO, like the Asian guy over here, but he was talking about NATO and getting control of the Western Hemisphere is because NATO had control of it. Not just NATO, London, Washington, D.C., the 3 city-states, and the Vatican. He's getting control of it. If you get control of it, guess what you do? You take care of 1933, HJR 190, the Federal Reserve Act, and all this gets taken care of. If you guys didn't know, right? So under the circumstances, what he's talking about is what Africa is doing. I mean, he's not an American. It's not interesting to him. But what it is that he is giving a good picture of what's going on these in these other countries in regards to NATO, right? NATO. The other issue is what NATO had with Iran. It's the resources. If we know that 600 plus crops and everything else has been moving out, and at the end of the day, Richard Nixon in 1978 changed the substance-backed currency from gold and silver to oil, if that be true, then we know that we had the resources. Venezuela, Cuba, and all that, they was working these plans with Iran, and who you think Iran was getting their oil from? Venezuela, Cuba. Yeah. So what do you think a president is supposed to be doing? What do you think that you people been voting for presidents for? To lead. Lead, 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 lead. Now, why do you vote for Congress people, senators in the federal side? What do you vote for assembly men and women and Senate men and women in your state? Why do you vote for sheriffs? Why do you vote for district attorneys? Why do you vote for attorney general? Why do you vote for these people? Why do you vote for the city police chief? Why? To lead, to serve, and to protect, right? What do you think the chiefs was about? What do you think all of these ancient chiefs and these what do you think they was there for? To serve and protect. They were entrusted by the will of the people to serve and protect. People been taking this leadership and turning it into power trip. Leadership, power trip. This is what they've been talking about. This is where you got to listen closely to the key words in power. Our democracy. our party. Regime change. Okay. Let's move on. Now, this is what power look like, right? But he's an individual. He's not leading anybody. He's just making it known what he about. He's showing how to make it work. But he's not leading. He's just showing how to get done. And he ain't gonna blink when he say this.
Under 11%, 10.7%. I like Stars. You know, Stars says that they're going after the underserved. That's code for Black. Don't tell anybody. So if you're gonna go after us, maybe we should own it. All right. So if you're chasing us, we should own it.
Right.
So Steve Mnuchin used to be my banker before he got into politics. He was the Treasury Secretary.
And he was he was the Treasury Secretary under Trump's first term. Now, Steve Mnuchin also produced movies. You might want to look that up. Actors, businessmen. See, people say, well, Trump bringing in businessmen and he's just about business. All these people about business. Wasn't Ronald Reagan an actor? Isn't George Bush Sr. an oil tycoon and had, I don't know how much? Man, didn't George Bush Jr. own the Texas Rangers? The baseball team? Yeah, I think he did. Wasn't Obama a lawyer? Yeah, I think he was. All right.
And I saw that he owned 11%, just under 11%. And I called him up and I said, hey, do you want to own this stake in Stars? It's publicly traded. And he said, because I said, are you willing to sell it? He said, not at these prices. And I said, well, I didn't give you a price. I just asked you a question. Are you willing to sell it? He said, let me think about it. He called me back. He said, I'll sell it for $25 million. I said, no problem. Let's do it. We'll close tomorrow. So
you guys need to look into Byron Allen on the damn, I can't think of it right now, but Stars. Before Stars, he created a so-called all-black channel. He used to play all the old schools. He the one on the antenna TV and on the cable channel. He created his own little pilot cable channel, small little cable TV channel. And he just played all the old school black shows, Sanford and Son, the Jeffersons, and then he played, Archie Bunker, anything. He had them all. He just played them all. And he had all the different OBT. I mean, he used to play all different types of stuff. Byron Allen right here. I was like, who is this? That's Byron Allen. He put his money into that himself. I think that's Byron Allen. I think that's the guy. I can't think of it right now. But what I'm saying is, and this is what I'm saying, this guy is a monster in a good way. In a good way. Not a monster like a monster, but a monster. What we call a monster, a beast in the game. Like he did that.
I bought it. And it was a key move because it's hard to buy close to 11% of a company without driving up the price because you're buying so many shares. So I was able to get it done quietly and under the radar.
Now that's doing your research. He got lead. That's leadership. He's a leader in what he did. That's a leader. And if you look at him, he's just like, hey, matter of fact. Now, he knew that Steve Mnuchin was getting into politics. So when you get into politics, you're now a public servant. You're an employee in the United States as a member of that cabinet, that administration under there. That's why in his first in his first administration, Trump only took $1. $1. I don't want the money. Give it back. I'm gonna take $1. And he did. And anybody challenged me on that. He said it. I only want $1. Just give me $1. And he took $1 per year. It was not the whole dollar. It was just $1. He accepted $1 per year. It's interesting how people don't understand what that means. But Steve Mnuchin, right? So when you come into the public and you get elected, you got to sell shares. You got to do all that stuff. You got to get that up. You know what I'm saying? You can't even transfer it over to a family member if I'm not mistaken. You got to give it up. He knew that. So obviously he knew him prior. He was like, oh yeah, I know you got 11 people looking in these places. Steve Mnuchin, oh yeah, he. Yeah, let's look up what he got. Let me holler at Steve Mnuchin. Can you holler at Steve for me? Say, hey man, look, I want to go ahead and get this done real quick, quietly, and you know what I'm saying, cash you out, and we're good. See, Steve Mnuchin could take that money, whatever he paid him, he could take that money and then slide it over here up under his umbrella. His hands off. He's not making a profit because this has been the whole issue with a lot of these people during this time, mostly Pelosi, they've been talking about in regards for all these wars and things that's been going on. She's been benefiting from it through the stock. She knows when it's going to go up. She knows when it's going to go down. So that's kind of considered insider trading or getting insider information. So that's what it's called. But yeah, like that.
It was a really good move for us because we ended up being the second largest stockholder instantly. And now we have a seat at the table. And so I've made it very clear I plan to buy the whole company. I want to control that company. My first preference would be to keep it public and to take 52% of it and just control it. But they immediately adapted a poison pill and they said, hold up.
I saw that.
We do not want you to own this company or control this company. So they took a poison pill to stop me. And I said, that's okay. You know, that won't stop me. You'll just delay us, but we will eventually get what we want. My preference is for it to stay public and for me to control it 51% or greater. But if I have to, I'll buy the whole company, fire everybody, fire the board, not the people working there, get rid of the board for resisting me, and then take it back public.
He said, I'll just buy the whole thing. And yeah, I'll just do it. Brother, what's his name? Breakfast Club guy. He's like, look at him like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I was gonna do. I'll buy the whole thing, fire everybody, because that's what you do. You buy everything up, fire everybody. And when he mean fire the whole board. You go. Here's your severance pay. Bye. See you later. You have no more stake anymore. You have no more stake in anything. You're not a shareholder. I just bought everything out and I'm going to revamp it to fit me quietly. He did that quietly. Oh, that loud yappity yap. Nah, Jack. Don't come back.
Get in here. Man, I finally got the answer I was looking for. Right? About this Pan-African and so-called African-Americans and why African won't leave us alone. Finally got the answer from a real African. Now, I'm doing this with no filter, no background, because it blew my mind.
A real African? Okay, cool. All right, man. Real African. This is from a real African now. But watch what he said after this. He said it's a real African. But watch what he said after this. Now, remember what I did last week? That Thursday one. Man, I should be having like 10,000 hits on that one. That thing right there. Man, I should be having like 10,000 hits on that. Man, that right there. nobody has ever, when I mean ever, ever has spoke and pointed what I pointed out on Thursday. But really what I just did was I paused it to say, appreciate everybody coming in, coming out. I don't have my other screen up because I'm sharing my whole screen, so I don't want to go back and forth. Can't look at the chat right now. But let's just get through this. I'm behind on time, so let's get going.
This shit blew my mind. I was told that when the Africans found out who we was, because remember the internet did not exist, none did not exist, and what they found out that we can entice the whole world. Like everything we do, every time we wake up, anything we do, we can entice the whole world, right? So they found that out. They're like, oh.
My bad. I ain't pausing it no more. He said, every time we wake up. You know how powerful that is? Cats wait for us to wake up. What we gonna do today? Then they go to sleep. And then they wake up waiting for us to wake up to worry about what we gonna do tomorrow. That's power. That's leadership. I mean, it's different. There's two types. There's leading by expression or by command, I should say. I should say command, not expression. Because expression is going to fall into leading by example. There's leading by command and there's leading by example. Leading by command is more fear mongering than leading by example. People are waiting to see what you're going to do next because they know every time there's a new day and the sun comes up, there's something new on the table, and we're going to do that. That's what they know. Good stuff, brother.
Shit. These people's, man, whatever they do, the whole world's watching. Now, what this African told me, that the whole world don't care about them. So they had to latch on to us, right? They had to latch on to us. And the whole plot is a plot. The whole plot was to say, how can we get the whole world to watch us too? Let's latch on to these great peoples that maybe was chosen. He said it just like that. Y'all are chosen people, man. People don't care about us. But if we put you under us, because your peoples sold you out. Your peoples, not us. We did not know nothing about y'all. Your peoples was in some secret ass meeting and say, all right, we gonna take their land. We gonna say they from Africa. So shit, we done the same thing. Fuck it, we African too. All of us African. So if you under us and say we birthed you, the whole world will mess with us and our peoples because we have nothing. We're not even from Africa. I'm like, y'all not even from Africa. Like, no, nigga, we not from Africa. Gee, we were sent here, bro. We not even from Africa. So we need help. Okay, so who the best thing to help? The Jews ain't gonna help us. The Chinese ain't gonna help us. No other race will help us except y'all. And y'all are the most peoples that's we can count on. But where we messed up at, this is what he said, where we messed up at, we did whisper in your ear and say, hey, we know we're not the same peoples, but can you help us out? Maybe you would have been like, you know what, we're going to help you out. But what we did is we agreed with the Europeans and the white people and your peoples that sold you out. We agree with them. We said we're going to lie to. We're all going to lie. And they wanted to help out Africa. That's what it boils down to. I'm like, wow, really? So we're just using y'all, bro. That's it. We just using y'all. That's it. We telling you the truth, man. It's about time we tell you the truth. We know you're not African. We know you from that. Come on, bro. You look different. You talk different. Everything. Come on, bro. We know. Man.
Good stuff. I'm gonna say, what time is it? 3:30. All right. Damn. Yeah, I got. I gotta play these. I'm gonna go on mute so I don't get enticed to. I don't get enticed to talk. Isness, what's going on? Isness. Nate, what's going on, brother? Shalom, Mark. Derek, what's happening? Rod. What's going on, brother? I think Big Dog was in the building. All right. Think I got everybody else. All right. So let me mute myself so I don't get enticed to talk just yet.
In America, so you know where you are and what your situation is. From the start of 2022 to the end of 2025, 4 years. Your American police killed more than 5,000 people. 5,000 people in 4 years. That's an average of 3.5 people per day. 5,000 in 4 years. That's an average of 3.5 people per day, every single day. Every day for 4 years straight, 3.5 people were murdered by your police. In 2022, it was 1,176 people were killed. That was a record at the time. In 2023, 1,213 people were killed. That was a new record. Then in 2024, you broke the record again. 1,365 people were murdered. You understand that there was only 6 days. There was only 6 days in all of 2025 out of 365 days when American police did not kill someone. Just for 1 week. Just 1 week out of the year, the entire year, the American police force took a break from killing people. The other 51 weeks, they killed. Now listen to the racial breakdown, because this is the part that really tells you what kind of a country you're living in, what kind of a place that really is. So-called Black Americans, African Americans, are 12% of the population in America, but they're 24% of the dead who are shot by the police. 1 in 4 of the people who are killed by the police is a so-called Black American. An African American in a country where only 1 in 8 people is a Black American. No, Black men are killed by the police, by American police, at nearly 3 times the rate of white men, per capita, per person, per body. And the killers walk. The killers walk. Less than 3% of police killings ever result in any criminal charges whatsoever. And even when they do have criminal charges, less than 1% ever result in a conviction. For 4 years straight, American police have killed on average 3.5 people per day, and more than 97 out of every 100 officers who did the killing walked away. No charge and no trial, no consequence. Back on the street, back in the cruiser, back on patrol, back on the hunt. Compare that to the UK. You got 60 million people over there. For the entire year of 2024 to 2025, English police shot and killed 2 people.
I think that's good enough for right now. I'm gonna bring him back tomorrow. I'm gonna bring him forward so we get the whole thing, so we can move forward. Let's get to the other things. All right, I'm back on mute. All right, we getting to the end. I'm gonna say Bernie for last. So we get a good laugh out of that one. But yeah, let's get it.
These young Black men here today, and I wish you all would pay attention, because what you all are seeing right now is something that you all are not being told. You all listen to what they're saying. And I want you to listen to the fact that you never hear them not one time talk about what's for Black people. They'll never say it. What's for Black people. Now, you all, when you came in, were told to stand over there, to not be next to George Blakemore. Let me tell you real quickly who this man is. He's been advocating for Black people in this city for over 30 years. I want you all to understand, he is the one who fought so that we could even have public speaking at this mic. When I first started coming here, because the city of Chicago and Cook County are still in Black people's real estate. They're still in our real estate, specifically on the southeast side, and they're doing it through J.B. Pritzker, the governor. The governor, J.B. Pritzker, is helping the public administration steal our property. And by me coming down here for 3 years talking about it, because George Blakemore used to call me every single morning and tell me to get up and come to these meetings. And because of that, I've been coming to these meetings, and I've made the news, I've made all type of platforms, I've made all type of newspaper articles because of what we're talking about. I want you all to take some time today. Go home, look up the organization called Chicago Flips Red. And I want y'all to see what we're talking about. Jessica Jackson, Zoe Lee, Danielle Carter, Tywan Sims, George Blakemore, how we're fighting for Black people. We're fighting hard for y'all because we love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. We fighting for y'all. Chicago Flips Red. Go to it on your internet and see how we getting down for us. Okay? That's what's
See, she's talking to young people over there. That's a woman. That's a powerful woman right there. Talk about the matriarch. That's your example. Now, next, what I'm going to do something very special for you guys with her. I'm going to get her back up here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a whole streaming collage on her. And I'm going to bring her up here, and I'm just going to let her talk. I ain't got no questions. I'm just going to let her get busy. We're going to play the videos, and then we'll let her comment and just let her talk about it and say what's going on, so on and so forth. Figure it out. We'll talk. But yeah, I'm gonna create one day just for her. It's gonna be all about her, and we'll go from there. We can bring people up here. You guys can ask her questions. You can say whatever. Hopefully, she'll bring the whole crew, and then we just make it just about all of them. You know what I'm saying? Really, that it really should be that, because they all came in. Like she mentioned those names. There's a way we kind of get in there and promote. It'd be great, and hopefully it'll be a great turnout. Now, we're gonna end it off with some. I'm about to put the link in the chat, and y'all come up here. We can talk about it, because it's Tuesday. This is my Monday, Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So we just getting some getting our feet wet. And when I come back, then, you know, I'm going to put something on the table, and then we'll go from there. All right. And once we take the break, I'll pin it to the top. Shout out to Bernie Mac. Peace to the brother.
Motherfucker keep skipping and shit. White folks play poker. We play Uno. Uno will get you fucked up. Oh, you gonna start a fight? You ever play Uno, wanna kick somebody's ass? Motherfucker keep skipping and shit. Draw two on your ass. Oh, that's how you living, dog? That's how you living? Why you ain't fucking with nobody else, motherfucker? Like, well, what y'all arguing for? We keep draw four on a motherfucker, you know. Draw four, get you. Let's discuss. I ain't discussing shit with no goddamn kid. My little niece, man, little kid, motherfucker. Let me tell you something. My niece told me the other day, she got mad. Tell me, I ain't gonna eat. I'm gonna starve to death. Who give a fuck? I hope you don't eat. I hope you get just don't eat till your ass get lightheaded and fall the fuck out. Call the fuck out. Ain't that a bitch? I ain't gonna eat. And the Lord said, let us now sit among one another. Why you just can't say it like that? You gotta be all that fucking growling and shit. And came down to the bigger and say down in the side. You don't know what the fuck they be saying. And the whole phone says that they came down on that home in the morning, shake on beside, come back on the morning, soon phone says. In the name of Jesus, precious Lord. Take, what the fuck is take my hand, lead me on. I said, let me, looking dead at you, I said, let me, why don't you let me, some of you looking at me. Fuck you looking at me singing like bitch, man, I tell like it is. You know I ain't lying. Kids, that's why I like kids. The grown-ups ain't number some big ass kids. Little kids, they number some little ass fucking adult. I like me some kids, cause they tell the truth. They tell you the truth. Go see auntie, she stink. You be playing like ain't nothing wrong. You know that bitch sour. Your auntie come right. That bitch stale like a son, but you know she's stale, but you don't want to say nothing. Little kids tell the truth. So I believe in little kids, and I believe in whooping ass. Whooping ass keep you honest, boy. A good ass whooping will change your own motherfucking mind. Don't do this shit no more. What? Don't do that, motherfucker. White folks play poker. We play Uno.
Hey, one of the best to ever do it. Listen. And the cool thing about it, everybody had that same one in them churches. And I'm over here crying right now. I'm over here crying right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's interesting how all of our churches are the same. That same thing right there. Man got the little towel, sweating. Yeah, all that grunting and growling. Man. Anyway. Oh man, you can't make that up. Can't make it up. All right, so what we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna sit here and what's up, Tamila? David, what's happening? Appreciate y'all being here. Hey man, you gotta look at it like this, right? We connected somehow. Anybody that been to a Baptist church can relate to that. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? A Baptist church. So, whoo, man, I'm trying to catch my breath from over here laughing so hard. But, hopefully you guys got something out of that. I'm about to clear out these, real quick. I'm gonna leave these up. All right. So look, anybody want to come up? I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity. I am going to let me find some music. Now, do I want to? Yeah, let's throw something up in there. All right. Let's find something. Where you at? Outcast. Where you at? Shoot. Where is that one? AT-Aliens. Where is that at? No, I don't want that. AT-Aliens. Let me find it. Mainstream. Where is it at? Okay, full album. Boom. I don't want to play that. All right, let's get over to let's go that one. That one. Yeah. Let's do that one. We'll do that one. All right, here we go. Give y'all a minute. Let me catch my breath, have a drink of water. And y'all don't hit the... All right. So let me do something real quick. Let me do something real quick. We'll play this. Let me play this. I'm gonna play this real quick. Let's see what y'all think about this. And I'm gonna give my closing statement because people don't understand there's a remedy that is to be had. Let me play this. Now, when I play this, keep in mind, and I'm gonna find this other thing, right? It's quick. I'm gonna see if I can find a quick one while this is playing. That all this time, you know, this racial thing has actually been taking place. Now, this is what I'm talking about: leadership. in the 60s and 70s, there were so many of our so-called leaders wiped out. They was either arrested, they either had to flee, or the other thing, right? So, do you really believe that, or not believe, let's take that out. Do you really think that we have so-called leaders right now in our communities in the form of representation, the people that step out there on that podium, stand on the soapbox, say this, say that? Do you really think that we actually have any leaders? Here's the question. What constitutes being a leader? That's a rhetorical question at this point in time, right? You don't have to answer it. Think about it. What constitutes being a leader, and do we actually have anybody being a leader? Or do we just have a lot of people doing one or two things? Being like Bernie Mac, what Bernie Mac is making jokes about? Or do we have people up there just cosplaying, gaslighting? Or do we have people just selling something, trying to get money? We have. I'll play that. I'll play that in the beginning tomorrow, Rod. I'll play Bug the Law. Yep, that's one of my favorite groups, right out of Pomona, California. Or do we have people that are posing to be leaders, or people that are what we call blind leading the blind, or leading sheep to slaughter, or a wolf in sheep's clothing? I got more, but I'll just leave it alone for right now. I think you guys got the point. What constitutes being a leader? Now, you might have people that's leading other people to the demise of other people. You have people that's leading people into a burning house and not knowing that house is burning. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's check this out.
Because this is about racism. And if you can't hear it from them, then hear it from me. As a white woman and a daughter of a man of privilege and power, he knew that his strength was to bring people that didn't look like him to the table of government. And so 50 years later, after Barbara Jordan, aided by white people to have a voice, the first woman of color elected to the South, a woman who sat in the impeachment of Nixon, a woman who said that finally, after amendment, debate, and vote, I am finally part of we the people. To stand here as a 50-year-old woman and know that we now go back in time. So let's talk about cowardice and cheats. Because if you knew you could win this next election, you wouldn't be taking this effort to try to steal 5 seats from elected officials that members of color elected to represent them in Washington, D.C. You wouldn't be doing everything you can to take this coalition of diversity and stand up at the mic and say, why are we doing this? Because we can. And you shield your racism with your party, with ignorance and arrogance, to come up here and say, to be honest with you, I haven't read the bill from the other side. To be honest with you, I haven't talked to the lawyers to be bringing this before. Because you think that people will give you grace on ignorance and arrogance around party, because you can't admit that the root of all of this is about racism and power. A power grab, a pure power grab. And so I'm going to ask, don't shake your head, because I'm going to give you a moment to prove what you mean behind that. Because when Donald Trump called Georgia Republicans and said, hey, boys, I need you to steal me almost 12,000 votes. To those men credit, they said, no, sir. We already know what Governor Abbott said. Because this is about racism.
This is Texas Representative Ann Johnson's blunt message to GOP over redistricting. Now, anybody that's looking at her, do you really think somebody like her would love to come sit and have dinner with your family at the cookout? Her. I just want to hear this first part. This is about racism. It's Texas.
And if you can't hear it from them, then hear it from me. As a white woman and a daughter of a man of privilege and power.
As a white woman married to a man of privilege and power. See, I was telling you about this power. There you go with this power thing, privilege and power. Now look at these women in the back. Look at her. Look at her. What is she? She got a nice little wide nose, high cheekbones. Who is she? And who is she? And then look at them and then look at her. Now that is considered to be a nice, good pale skin with a lot of nice nips and tucks, and it look like a nice little whatever that is on her head, in her face. But look at her. Nice little fluffy hair. You know what I mean? This one right here. Yeah. But you see, where her cheekbones at? None. Zero. No markings, no nothing. That right there, Skeletor. Yeah, I'm about to talk bad about her. This right here. And you got people right here. These are people that are sitting behind. And she just said what she said. Privilege and power.
He knew that his strength was to bring people that didn't look like him to the table of government.
He knew that it was his job to bring people that didn't look like him to the table of the government. So what she is saying right here, translate, she is saying prior to him, her husband. Now, she looks like she's probably in her 50s, maybe mid-late 50s. I mean, you know, women, them white people, they age a little different. It's hard to tell how old they are, just like it's hard to tell how old we are. But on the younger tip, them, it's hard to tell how old they are on the older tip. She's not no older than 60 years old, guaranteed. Well, let me not guarantee it. I don't want to put a stamp on that. See what I'm saying? But this is what she said. And they in the back nodding and all that stuff. She's very adamant about the fact that her husband of privilege, first of all, privilege and power. But see, a lot of people say, well, you're not supposed to accept benefits and privileges that subject you to the jurisdiction of the United States. Benefits and privileges make you a slave. That's what a lot of people say in the whole dynamic of what we talk about. Sovereignty versus benefits and privileges, rights versus benefits and privileges. Privileges and power. That's what she said about her husband. So you Texas people. All right?
And so 50 years later.
50 years later. Is she 70? That's 20. So she would have been 20 50 years ago. So 50 years ago is what, 1976? So that means she would have been born in the, let's say, 20 years from that. That's 1956. She could have been married. Or just trying to do the math on her. Just trying to do the math on her. Just real quick. Check and see.
After Barbara Jordan, aided by white people to have a voice. The first woman of color elected to the South, a woman who sat in the impeachment of Nixon, a woman who said that finally, after amendment, debate, and vote, I am finally part of we the people.
All right. All right. We didn't know who this Barbara Jordan is. Hold on. Let me pull her up first. All right. Who's Barbara Jordan? Barbara Jordan. Politician. Barbara Charlie Jordan. Let's go. Here she go. Born 1936, Barbara Charlene Jordan is an American politician, attorney, and educator. Was an American politician, attorney, and educator. Member of the Democratic Party, she was the first African American elected to the Texas Senate since Reconstruction. She was the first Black elected to the Texas Senate since Reconstruction. The first Southern African American woman or Black woman elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, and one of the first two African American or Black elected to the U.S. House from the former Confederacy since 1901, alongside Andrew Young of Georgia. She only lived 60 years. She served for 6 years. Jordan served from 1972 to 1978. In office, 1973 to 1979. She only lived 60 years. It's not really nothing to look at. Known for her oratorical abilities, Jordan achieved national fame for her televised opening statement at the House Judiciary Committee hearings during the impeachment process against Richard Nixon. In 1976, she became the first African American and the first woman to deliver a keynote address at the Democratic National Convention. Together with other African American politicians in the South who were elected after the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. She worked to transform the Democratic Party from a party of segregation into a vehicle for increased Black political participation and representation. All righty then. Let's do the whole screen so y'all can take a look at this. I want you guys to use your own discernment, right? Don't think from a follower position. Think from a leadership position. As a leader, reading this, discernment, comprehension. What do you think about this? Now, don't take everything that I said and what I've shown over the last 2 weeks, maybe more. I think are going all the way back to the Supreme Court oral argument on birthright citizenship. Well, all these people have been saying about these things, and you see how they just leave it alone. They jump on one thing, it don't get no teeth. Then they move to the next. Oh, that shit didn't work. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Now, this young lady, right? This young lady, I'm going to refresh this because I want to get her name. Texas Rep. Ann Johnson. All right, so let's put this in the bag real quick. Let's come back up here and let's look up Texas Rep. Ann Johnson. Can I get a picture? That ain't good enough. Yep. All right. Let's bring it up. There she go. Bam. There you go. That's the same one. See them two people right there? There you go. There you go. There it go. Bingo. Look at that head down. You know who that looked like right there? That looked like the lady that I was showing the other time on Thursday that was talking about the Voter Rights Act. Her right there. Look at her heads down. Look at her. Look at her. Ashamed. Ashamed. Just ashamed of herself. I mean, how can you sleep at night? And then they don't show this woman, but you can look at her. This sister right here, you can see her foul, her mouth is fixed like, damn, like, you know, her head to the side, like, say what? Yeah. All right, so let's check it out. Let's see how old she is. 50 years ago, 1976. How old is she? Bam. August 13th, 1974. She was 2. She younger than me. Hold on. She younger than me. Let's see. Let's do a comparison. How look. How look, y'all. How look. How look. How look. How look. I look cool. Do I look man? 1976. Phew. Boy. World, you know, life hard. Life hard. Life is hard. Now, under the circumstances, let's go back and see what she said. Make sure.
Because this is about racism. And if you can't hear it from them, then hear it from me. As a white woman and a...
She said, if you can't hear it from them, hear it from me. See, that look right there. That look right there. Basically, what she's saying is that they can't say anything. This is what she said. They can't say anything. If you can't hear from them, hear from me. Why can't we hear from you? Why? Why? And why? 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 And why? Why can't we hear from you? Why can't we hear it from you? I don't understand. This is what we got going on right now. She is saying we can't hear from them. Why? Because they're not leaders. They're followers. They're bootlickers. They lick boots. They do something strange for a piece of change. Anyway, let's just put a capper on this one. Let's put a cap on it.
Daughter of a man of privilege and power. He knew that his strength was to bring people.
Nope, I'm about to reset it. I'm about to reset it. And let's listen closely.
Because this is about racism. And if you can't hear it from them, then hear it from me.
1.
As a white woman and a daughter of a man of privilege and power.
2.
He knew that his strength was to bring people that didn't look like him to the table of government.
3. Now, granted, now, She was born in 1976.
And so 50 years later, after
50 years later, is 1976. 26, 50, carried 6 and 12, 7, carried the thing over. 1976, you too in diapers. Wah, wah. But look, a lot of our people would say, don't worry about history. History, that's a lie. Don't worry about history. They ain't talking about that. We talking about 2026. She talking about 1976, 50 years ago. Nobody want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about 1976. We don't want to talk about 1966. We don't want to talk about 1956. People say 2026. She's talking about 50 years ago. She hanging her hat on it. But let's continue.
Barbara Jordan, aided by white people
Aided by white people. It's coming out of her mouth. See, this is the bootlicking kryptonite right here. This right here. You know why? Because they're not gonna say anything. They're not gonna say anything. They ain't gonna say, nah, she lying. That white man didn't do that. He ain't gonna say nothing. Because she said in the beginning, since they can't say nothing, I'm gonna say something. So guess what? Just like Hillary Clinton said, I want to be your champion. Just like Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Huh. Just like Kamala Harris said, I ain't black. It's like Obama said, I ain't black. Shit me. These cats is clown. Hey, so look. So when I get at people, just let me get at them. Nothing but a mind here. Brain, mouth, talking. You understand? When I get at people, let me get at them. Because the bottom line is these people are cowards. And you better know they're cowards. They're not leaders. They're not nothing. And anybody that's out here talking about these little bullshit talking points and is making money off that, they nothing. When I say they're nothing, they're absolutely nothing. Because it has nothing to do with nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You better have something. Listen. If you don't understand what you're watching right now, look at it a couple more times. Do some more research. Get the full screen. You got people back there that's supposed to be brothers and sisters that's back there allowing her to just talk like this. And they're saying nothing. And you ain't going to find nothing nowhere where somebody in that group is saying shit. I mean, she biting her tongue. My boys and my girls right there, they do what I say. My husband got the privilege and the power, and they follow them. And if it wasn't for them, and you got to look at it from this way, 50 years ago, she's 2. So how old is her husband? He had to be at least 30 when she got with him. So if she got with him 20 years later or something like that, after she turned 18 or whatever they do, because they got different rules, he had to be at least 20 years older than her. At least. More importantly, maybe 25, 30 years older. So if she was 20 when she got with him, he had to be 50 already. They got different rules. But what do I know?
Have a voice. The first woman of color elected to the South, a woman who sat in the impeachment of Nixon, a woman.
Why did she point out the impeachment of Nixon? What was the point of that? My question. My question to her, if I sat down and I looked right across from her, what my question to her would be, why did you bring that up? That would be my first question, because I want to lighten her up a little bit so I get to these other questions that she just stated before. What do you mean? They can't say nothing. What do you mean by that? Number two, what do you mean your husband? In 1976, you was 2. What did your husband have to do with 50 years ago? With Barbara Jordan and all this other stuff. Wait. No.
Who said that finally, after amendment, debate, and vote, I am finally part of we the people.
So amendment, debate, and vote. What amendment? What debate? What vote? And what did that have to do with Richard Nixon being impeached? Was it the fact that most so-called black people were conservatives and Republicans? And there was this whole shift of this Democratic vote in order to get this guy impeached, in order to get these people in place to impeach somebody? Because this is the same thing that we're dealing with, kind of the same thing we're dealing with Trump, where you're shifting these votes in a different direction and getting people up in here to vote this stuff to do what? Not just impeach him, but to arrest him and to control the dynamics of politics and policy, which eventually is going to deal with this guy. So let's hear her out a little bit more.
To stand here as a 50-year-old woman and know that we now go back in time.
To know that we go back in time. Back in time to what? To what? Jim Crow? To what? To what? What are we going back in time to? That she is so angry. And she said they can't speak on it because if they speak on it, what? They're going to show their involvement? What is it? Trying to know.
So let's talk about cowardice.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about cowardice. Where are we going to go with this? Let's see. Where are we going?
And cheats.
And cheats. Yep, that too.
Because if you knew you could win this next election, you wouldn't be taking this effort to try to steal 5 seats from elected officials.
Okay.
That members of color elected to represent them in Washington.
Members of color. Absolutely. We're going to hear her out. Y'all marinate. I ain't even going to interrupt no more. Y'all go ahead.
Washington, D.C. You wouldn't be doing everything you can to take this coalition of diversity and stand up at the mic and say, why are we doing this? Because we can. And you shield your racism with your party, with ignorance and arrogance, to come up here and say, to be honest with you, I haven't read the bill from the other side. To be honest with you, I haven't talked to the lawyers to be bringing this before. Because you think that people will give you grace on ignorance and arrogance around party because you can't admit that the root of all of this is about racism and power. A power grab. A pure power grab. And so I'm going to ask, don't shake your head.
Pure power grab. Pure power grab. Power grab. Power grab from what? Who did he snatch power from? I'm just asking questions. Now, I'm going to mute this up. I want you to hear this, brother. And this is into, it's a good segue. Let's take us right into this, right?
Just two. In California alone. And let me give you some more context about your situation in America, so you know where you are and what your situation is. From the start of 2022 to the end of 2025, 4 years, your American police killed more than 5,000 people. 5,000 people in 4 years. That's an average of 3.5 people per day. 5,000 in 4 years. That's an average of 3.5 people per day, every single day. Every day for 4 years straight, 3.5 people were murdered by your police. In 2022, it was 1,176 people were killed. That was a record at the time. In 2023, 1,213 people were killed. That was a new record. Then in 2024, you broke the record again. 1,365 people were murdered. You understand that there was only 6 days. There was only 6 days in all of 2025 out of 365 days when American police did not kill someone. Just for 1 week. Just 1 week out of the year, the entire year, the American police force took a break from killing people. The other 51 weeks, they killed. Now listen to the racial breakdown, because this is the part that really tells you what kind of a country you're living in, what kind of a place that really is. So-called Black Americans, African Americans, are 12% of the population in America, but they're 24% of the dead who are shot by the police. 1 in 4 of the people who are killed by the police is a so-called Black American. An African American in a country where only 1 in 8 people is a Black American. No, Black men are killed by the police, by American police, at nearly 3 times the rate of white men per capita, per person, per body. And the killers walk. The killers walk. Less than 3% of police killings ever result in any criminal charges whatsoever. And even when they do have criminal charges, less than 1% ever result in a conviction. For 4 years straight, American police have killed on average 3.5 people per day, and more than 97 out of every 100 officers who did the killing walked away. No charge, no trial, no consequence. Back on the street, back in the cruiser, back on patrol, back on the hunt. Compare that to the UK. You got 60 million people over there. For the entire year of 2024 to 2025, English police shot and killed 2 people. Just 2. In California alone, 143 police shootings in 2025. You understand? You built a country where the police kill at a rate 70 times that of a peer so-called democracy and call it building back better and making America great again. You built a courthouse system where the killers are protected. You built a media environment where the names of the victims are forgotten before the funeral is even over. And this is all building a psyche in your country. It's building a mentality in your country. You are given a lesson that gets repeated every single day, 3.5 times a day for 4 years running. And the lesson is this: your body does not belong to you. Your life is available to be taken by the state at any time. You may be unarmed. You may be fleeing. You may be in a mental health crisis. You might be sitting in your own living room. You might be sitting in your own car. And an officer of the state can end your life and nothing will happen to him. That's the lesson that you've all learned. They've taught you that lesson 5,000 times in the last 4 years. I've been telling you, your country has betrayed you. Your country has betrayed you. They've decided that you are redundant. Nobody cares about your well-being. Nobody cares about your safety. Nobody cares about your prosperity. No, they're actively dismantling your country. One administration calls that dismantling Build Back Better. The other administration calls that dismantling Make America Great Again. But they're both doing the same thing. This is the context that you're living in. And let me give you
Anybody that seeks, when I mean anybody, I mean anybody that seeks to convince you or to convince anyone that you know, or just, it don't have to be you. Anybody that's trying to convince anybody that looks like us to ignore or act like it's a victimhood or you're begging or anything of that nature. Anybody. They bear watching. Understand? The facts are the facts. Stats, numbers don't lie unless people want to change it over time. But this is what you need to know. And those that do not speak when it's time to speak are not leaders. So, with that being said, just pay attention to that. Especially any man that's out here that spends time and effort being a goofball. And want to be funny. And not getting paid for it like Bernie Mac. What? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just what we own. But what I say is this. What I say is this. You guys have a good evening. We're going to call it for the day. And just know. Everybody can be a leader. It's not just one. So just take that in consideration. We got a lot more to get into this week. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let's go here real quick. What do we have? Steve, I am. What's going on, bro?
Man, boy, I know that AC got to be good out there, boy. You got that long sleeve shirt on in California.
Oh shit! It was raining out here. It was cold out here today. But you know, I have business. Even when you in business, you got to put on a long sleeve, brother.
Yeah, you got to cover up all that ink from your old days.
Oh hell no! That's what I didn't do. Shit, all my scars come through battles, man.
Oh man, gunshot wounds, stabbings.
I ain't never been shot.
No, I was just talking. I was just talking, bro, in the back.
It's cool.
I caught the end of you. I know you ain't running from shit. You a stand-up dude, brother. Stand-up guy, man.
Well, I try to be. Hey, it's just information, Either I can do one or two things, Chief I am. Lie or just speak what I know. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there ain't no money in it. Your name mean everything, right?
Yeah, well-regarded name is higher than most things.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah, what you was on today? Which lane did you go down today?
Leader. What's a leader? You know, what's the aspects, right? What constitutes being a leader? And what I'm showing is that we have none. I mean, that people would consider to be representatives and people that put themselves out there, you know, they're not leaders. You know, they're not leaders, and I'm showing that they're not leaders.
Oh,
So
you was pulling up people in the community today?
no, not I ain't really touched on people in the community because I'm gonna tell you right now, Chief, ain't nobody on the internet a leader. Period. They up here to make money. You know what I'm saying? Or they up here to mislead the people or do something else. There's nobody up here on any type of platform that is a leader. These are people, they either got information they want to share, just like myself, or they up here to make money, or they're up here to deceive the people. It's one of the three. It's Mockingbird Media, people who want to give information, or people out here to give money, or all of the above. There's no leaders out here. None. Find me one, Chief. I'm looking. Because when you find them, you got to sit and have it and talk to me.
I mean, I would say that at our current station in our lives, I mean, we've been through so much and we've touched so much different type of understanding. It's really, I wouldn't say impossible, but it's going to be very difficult to follow. You know what I mean? And you are right. Is there a lot of shenanigans? Is there a lot of snake oil salesmen out here? Yeah, but on the other flip side to it, I mean, everybody's like this entitlement to your own opinion thing has morphed into something greater. I mean, it perplexes me how many times I hear people quote the scriptures and they have no idea what they're even talking about, but they say it with so much conviction.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
You say it again?
I said, ain't that something?
Yeah, and it's sad, but yeah, I don't think. I mean, just think about it, man. The body of information that just in the last 10 years, right, from the out of Africa theory to the out of America theory. Which one holds more weight? Are they interconnected? You got those on one side of it who would say the whole out of Africa is the CIA, nigga, trying to displace us as the Aboriginals or Tachatons or the indigenous. Right. And then you got, I mean, I was just talking to a brother I've known for like the last 15 years, since my daughter was at least one. And, he was, he linked me up with a professor of history, and we had a conversation for like 2 hours. And this brother is positive that they added 1,000 years to the calendar, and that these so-called pale people, and that's all pale people, Mexicans, Asians, that they all the people with the straight hair, that they're all NPCs or clones. He's traveling the whole world on a grant right now, putting together books and different bodies of work to prove these things. And I mean, do I know that they play with the timeline? Yeah. Did they have 1,000? He said it's the year. He said it's the year 1226. Right now, he said it's the year 1226. Or no. What is it? No. 1066. 10:26. He said it's 10:26. So, you know, everybody's just trying to do their part. But yeah, do we have to watch out for those, you know, the people trying to sell you crypto or some black coin or, you know, get you to invest in this or that? Yeah, you got to be wary of those type of people. But
make sure you keep a good keep good energy around that brother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's he make sure you have your protective guards around him just in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because he's into something. And, most of the time, people that get into that information, they usually, being utilized as pawns, and they don't know it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean
it's just a simple fact of I was gonna play. I'm gonna play the invention thing tomorrow. I was gonna play that, but a lot of people invented stuff, did things, man. They was pressed and didn't even make it that far. Just like the sister that she mentioned, Barbara Jordan. She only made it to 60 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was a pawn. She was used to do something, and then bing, she's out of here. Now, our sisters lived to 90. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, unless they were just really just out there, they were just out there, they made it to 70 something. You know what I mean? Our sisters live a long, good life, for the most part. But a sister only living to 60, and I mean, those type of things suspect to me.
Oh, that's a fact. That's like even the one brother priest Jedediah Judah Elohim was my teacher. His brother didn't eat meat. He was didn't drink alcohol, didn't smoke. He had been living that life for 20 years plus years, and his mission was to erect the theocracy. Which was Tribes of Aboriginal Nations. That was the name of the government, and his heart exploded because they said he ate a piece of candy, and I'm like, this nigga would never eat no candy, for one. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, gelatin is in candy. Like, he's not gonna eat that. But yeah, he died, and when I speak to people that were a part of the nation, it's almost a unanimous that he was killed. But it's hard. These things are hard to prove when you don't have your own laboratories. You don't have your own funeral parlors. You don't have the people putting in the work to do the autopsies to prove these things.
Right.
So, yeah, man, it's sad, man. Some of the people that really come to spirit to do the work there, the enemy able to, attack them harder because, when you're trying to do the really out here alone, because like you said, everybody else is trying to monetize. Everybody else just wants to be known. Everybody else just wants the glory. They don't want the pain that comes with trying to help a brother or sister with a case and it doesn't work. They don't know that type of pain. You know what I mean? Or when a sister loses her children to the state and you come in and you're trying to help her get the babies back, but then you gotta, crawl through all these different ducts and battle all these different municipalities and principalities. And shit'll make your hair turn gray, bro.
You look at it like this, right? And you know what? I just started developing some grays. You know where I got them grays from?
Being online?
My woman. She be wearing me out. Hey, look.
She'll do it too. Yeah, woman to do it.
Shit, she was like, she saw some grays. She was like, "Is them my grays?" I said, I said, "What?" She said, "Is them my grays? Did I do that to you?" I mean, they used to trip off me, man. Like 5 years ago, I had no gray hair, nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But that's just, I don't know why she said that, but I don't know why she said that. But she said it. She said, "Is them my grades?" I said, "No, no, I'm focused right now. Like I'm on 24-hour shifts. Like I'm working on some paperwork, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. I'm not here to really call people out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna name no names, but what I do know is that nobody at this point in time on any social media platform has done nothing but market and advertise something. Talk about something, bring information, but never have taken that step and say, hey, I'm going to be that leader. Not follow me, walk with me. We're going to go together, and I'm going to be that one, that man, that woman, that man and that woman, or that group that's going to go out there and push that line. If they have done it, they have not made it public. So that means these are backdoor deals like the Voting Rights Act, like civil rights. All these things are done in the background for some type of gain, to me. See, this is why a lot of the young people don't want to have the conversation with me. The best thing they can do is just like they do in mainstream media, Chief I Am. They can try to discredit you, call you this, call you that, and then try to put you in a position where all you can focus on is that, or just get into the whole troll and argument conversation.
Yeah, and that's the real the gray hair bringer forth. You know what I mean? When you're really on here trying to give proper information, and then they got a heckler in the background. You know what I mean? That's the real, like, it didn't used to be like that. Like, as far as on this knowledge game, you know what I mean? It used to be like people would listen, take notes, and then ask questions. Now it's, nigga, I'm gonna cut him off in the midst of his speech. Like the scripture says, do not interrupt a man in the midst of his speech, for he will forget his own way. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, master trolling is like, that word, it just screams court gesture to me. You know what a court gesture is?
Absolutely. But that's the key right there. If you know that, like I know that, this is when I switch, right? So when I turn the switch, I said, okay, I'm going to meet you halfway. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to troll you, but it's going to be with straight swords of knowledge. I'm going to snap it off real quick. I'm going to hit you. But I'm not going to insult you. But what I am doing is I'm insulting you because I'm showing everybody, if they're paying attention, you know nothing and you're dumb. And really, you are of the beast.
Oh, yeah.
And more importantly, you're a beast of burden.
Yeah.
And really, you have no place, nowhere. And eventually, they will know, Chief I Am, that when it's time to show up, they will not be there. They won't be there, Chief I Am. Trust and believe they will not be there. They will run. Believe me, they talk about that running shit. They will run. And they will hide.
Yeah, man. That's what that's why I come in the spirit that I come in, because, bro, I really been banging with these people for the last 10 years. Like, I'm talking about with insurance companies, federal judges, attorneys, law firms, like shutting the law firm down, making them change their name, because like I really do this thing, and it's like, to get kickback from someone who doesn't even know how to tie their shoe and can have a voice. So like they don't care about the information they drop. They care about how much they spent on their microphone so that they can be heard, even though they're saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the diabolical part of this, because it almost makes you not even want to partake in it. But you know, I feel like we, as the children of the light, we're doing this for another hope. We're hoping that something we say will, like Pac used to say, something I say is going to spark the light in one or two individuals that's going to change the world, right? And I hate to quote Pac, but actually I don't hate to quote Pac, but I'm just saying, like, that's where my mind's at with it,
Well, I look at it like this, right? This is why I love California. Everybody say, "Hey, man, you need to get up out of California." I said, "Shit, it's a goddamn lie. What y'all looking at on TV ain't reality in California, man." And from 2019 to 2020, man, we was outside kicking it. I mean, that shit probably went for only certain type of situations with that man stuff. Man, we was outside chilling, kicking it. I mean, like, the only ones that got hit was the small businesses. They was getting knocked around. But I mean, for us being out, man, they wasn't tripping. Man, them police was riding right by us. Everybody else, well, you can't come in here. Man, shut up. Go call the police. Go in here to get some food. Well, I ain't got to do a goddamn thing. Man, we wasn't. People think I be lying. I be talking. I ain't talking no high power shit, man. We wasn't tripping off none of that. Certain situations, you just put it on just to be cool or whatever, but you really just got it on your chin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but we was looking at people, and everybody. I'm talking about Asians, every race that you would think of. I'm talking about these people had their windows rolled up. It's 90 degrees outside, and they had a mask on, gloves on, everything. These people, I'll tell you, this shit was
crazy.
It was absolutely insane, but it was just, but most of our people, man, we were just playing a role. Like, all right, we just have it on for a minute, just put it up under our chin. They be like, "Hey, man, you good?" I went into the post office. They was like, "Put your mask on, man. I ain't putting shit on." Yeah, I'm walking up in. I mean, they was going crazy. I'm talking about white people was going crazy because I didn't have my mask on. I said, "Man, I ain't putting nothing on." They went and told the goddamn postmaster. Postmaster came out here and said, "I said I ain't putting shit on." He said, "Hey, man, just be cool." All right, I'm be cool, but I'm not walking up out of here. But it's the whole gamut of things. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'd say. People cowards, man. Chief, I am. These people are cowards. We full grown men. You are the leader of your family and your household. You are the leader, right? You are the man of that house. Anybody tell you ain't a man, you like, huh? Wait a minute, what? I ain't no man. Shit, man. My wife say, "What?" Like, come here. Oh shit. Woo, 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 woo. And then they want to sit here and have a conversation. It's like, what? I mean, this shit is asinine. This is what I'm saying. You listen to the asinine shit, and motherfuckers sit there and condone that and allow that and be like, "Wait a minute. You really?" First of all, we men and women. And people are listening right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, really? I mean, but you got to draw the line somewhere. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Okay, we on the dozens. Like I always say, we on them dozens, my turn. Oh, yeah, I can do that all day. We can hit them dozens all day long. But let's stay on the dozens. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about knowledge, let's talk about knowledge. I give you what you want. It ain't no problem. I ain't going to take it personal. You know what I'm saying? But you got people up here.
Yeah, you right, Nate. It's beyond disrespectful. Like I feel like the trolls even got more voice than the intellectuals. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because like the majority of these so-called platforms, they're put together to bring intellectuals together to have conversations to build, right? Remember we used to use
supposedly.
Yeah,
right?
remember we used to use the term building, like build and not destroy. You feel me?
That's right.
But now it's like it's some cats they can pull up and they can be going for an hour, 2 hours straight and never once offer anything to the conversation.
Right. Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it real. Like this is what I'm saying. What are you here to do? You know what I'm saying? What are you here to do? Let it be known what you are here to do. You're here to make money. You want to gain members. You want to gain some attention, followers, subscribers. You know, this is what you want to do. You up here to troll and mask the information, or you want to be comedic or funny about the information. So we're going to talk about real information, but then we're going to make it funny and we're going to troll. We're going to do all that. I mean, it'd be good to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, for instance, you know, yesterday I'm up on the brother's channel. We ain't gonna say no names. I'm up on the brother's channel. I mean, cool bill. You know, the elder. You know, pretty much all elders is up there. Little nigga come up in that motherfucker, cut the whole shit off, trajected all the other way. I'm like, look, put him in the back. Let me holler at the elder real quick. You know what? Nobody did it. Let me talk to him because I'm up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I want to get this off and I'm up out of here. You know, once I see that happening, Chief, I'm out of there. I'm not lamping no more. I'm not gonna do that. I already got the message. I'm not wanted. You know, but a circumstance for certain people, and then that certain people ain't gonna let that other people know. Hold on, man. Sit in the back. Hush up, man. Let these cats get it off, and then we go from there. You see what I'm saying? And that's just where I'm at with it right now. You know what I mean? It's like you want to traject the whole thing, and then you want to keep. That's provocateur. That's what you call agent mentality. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit there and put a jacket on the motherfucker. This is what I say. Excuse my language, but this is where you want to put a jacket, but you want to keep doing that. But not what I'm hoping, but hopefully the people see when that happens, who's what and who's who. You know, in that situation, if you want to cut that man off from what he's saying, and you saying you're a man, and then you sit there and want to just bring him all the way down, and you don't want to come off that porch and come to this channel and talk it out and knock it out, where you know you're gonna have to be level and you're gonna have to produce information. And you know what I'm saying? You know, hopefully that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got the invite, the money's still on the table. That's all I'm talking about. That's it. That's all.
Yeah,
what up? What up? We got Get Back Firekeeper up there, Chief I am. But go ahead, Chief I am. I know Firekeeper.
Well, no, that's what I was gonna say, man. That's why, you know, a lot of people don't rock with me because I speak with conviction, bro. I'm not up here to entertain. Like, I'm really trying to give people the spirit of wisdom, which is knowledge. You feel me? Like, and I'm not claiming to have all knowledge, but the things that I know. You know what I'm saying? I've practiced these things. It's not just in theory. This is an application. So it's like, I speak from a position of conviction, and that offends people. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have clarity of mind and of self, then hearing someone like me speak might offend you. You know what I mean? Like, and I get it. You know.
But they shouldn't be. Look,
I'm a peculiar taste.
You really shouldn't be offended if you're not being personally attacked. right? Hit dog holler type shit. These words that they use, hit dog holler, the shoe don't fit, you know, that type of stuff. If it don't fit on you, you shouldn't even have to, you shouldn't react. You know what I'm saying? If you have a question, then you come back, you question. What you mean by that, brother? Like, I mean, who you talking about, brother? You know, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But people immediately, you know what I'm saying, want to get offended about something. But it was 12. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in that 12, just like a football team, right? You got 11 on the field. It's like 5, you got 5 on the court. It's like 9, you got 9 on the field. Everybody got a position to play. So there's balance between that. So it's not rocking the boat. The boat is steady. But everybody wants to be chief and nobody wants to be Indian, or nobody wants to be on the other side. What you know, I don't know. I don't know the scriptures like you know. So when you talk, I listen. There's certain things I know you don't know. When I talk, you listen. Certain things get back, no. I don't know. When he talks, I listen. Same thing J-Dub know that I don't know. When he talks, I listen. And we all do that vice versa. And we're comfortable being that. Student sometime, teacher the next. Coach, player, whatever it might be. But it seemed like everybody some of these people, this stream thing has turned people into false, what do you call it? False what?
False
prophets.
Yeah. Google prophets, man. Google prophets. That's what my teacher used to call them. You know, they get their information from the Google search engine, man. You know, it don't come off the top. They didn't read the book. They didn't read, you know, the white paper. They didn't read the primary resources. They haven't went over these things 1,000 times in their mind over a 10-year period. They haven't tried to. They don't know the administrative process to even apply it in everyday life. So when you
look, check this out, Chief. My reading comprehension came from the Bible. I wasn't a reader. I read for about 30 minutes. I'm falling asleep. Like the Sports Illustrated, I needed the pictures. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mathematician. I'm a numbers guy. I could run them numbers. I get to reading, man, I'm nodding off. But when I forced myself to read that Bible because, you know, I was with the nation. So at that point in time, when I started reading it, I knew. Then I was cross-referencing. I mean, I got note cards. I still got them in my storage. I got stacks of note cards, and it made me. I'm telling you guys, man, it made me fully know the law. I mean, everything. I was able to discern better, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And get that, and then be able to get the information, not be an avid reader, but know how to read. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, that shit changed. That shit leveled out my brain. When I tell you my left and my right brain is running parallel, shit.
Hey, you know, it's funny that you say that, Aton, because I can't remember off the top of my head which president said it, but he said that all that is needed for the top education is to read the Bible. You could look it up. I don't want to misquote and quote the wrong president, but he said it. I want to say it may have been Theodore Roosevelt.
More power to him and y'all, man. You feel me? I had to cut it on that one.
Hey, man, that book ain't no joke, boy.
I couldn't get past the first chapter or the first paragraph. More power to you guys reading that Bible, man. Straight
It took me a long time to get back. I mean, I used to put that shit down. I was like, what the width and the thou width and all this?
That shit, exactly. I'm like, hell no.
What happened?
But it took somebody to show me how to read it. So just don't sit in that damn book. That book ain't everything, but it is something that you can utilize so you can make sense of it. So I got my Strongs, I got my Vines, I got my Atlas.
Accordions and all these different
I
shit.
got all these different type of things. So it kept me busy because like I said, I'm a numbers guy. So you can't keep me in one place. I got to go here, so that way they keep my attention. Kind of like my women, but nevertheless.
Let me say this. What got me with the scriptures is when Priest Jedediah Judah Elohim told me that every word in the Bible is a word of law. And you can define every word using the Black's Law Dictionary. When I found that correlation, that's what released me. Because now I know that all of these different systems of commerce that they're using, the rudder of the tudder, so to speak, is coming from law. You know what I mean? It like the notwithstandings, the if, the withouts, these are all legal terms that you can, like every single word in it, and it's like, yeah, man, I get it, man. It's not for everybody. I will say it is for everybody, but you just have to, you might have to pray on it, man, if you're still praying.
Hey, legal, not lawful. And shout out to the panelists. Shout out Coach. Shout out Chief. Shout out Heartfelt. Shout out to the viewers and those who gonna view it on the playback and those in the chat. Hey, man, I don't know where to start, but let's go back to where you were saying people comprehension, reading these laws and all these contracts. And, hey, in their defense, in our defense, we were supposed to learn this shit in fucking what? Kindergarten through senior year. But they gave us the shit they was giving us. So in our defense, they dumbed us down. You feel me? So then again, legal ain't lawful. I'ma just end it on that.
Hey, that's true. Drop bars, man. Mic drop. Yeah. They fed you GMO when you were supposed to be getting fruits and vegetables. Right? Yeah, that's what they did. They taught you a whole bunch of bullshit in school while the whole contract game is being run behind the scene. You can't even go to school without contracts.
Esoterically.
But this is the thing, though, Get Back. Like me, when I was in school, we got that. I mean, I got that information. I wasn't paying attention, but I got some of it. I mean, I learned logic in high school. I was taught logic. You know what I'm saying? Like I had drafting classes. I had computer graphics. Like I was designing cars and shit like that in the 9th grade. I mean, there was shit out there that I was able to do that they took from y'all. I'm just saying. We got a farm. We had a farm in the backyard, South Sac.
Wow. Ours was home ec. They took the farm out and gave us home ec by the time
we had home ec and we had home ec at Gates in middle school.
They took wood shop. They took wood shop away.
But my cousin just said that.
Yeah, wood shop, metal shop, ceramic.
Yeah,
home ec. We had the home ec stuff was in middle school.
Intentionally, it's an intentional act.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that'll keep you stuck in these contracts, these invisible contracts that you don't even know how to get out of. You don't even know you in a contract, nigga. You are contracted, bro. Like, but you don't even know it because nobody taught you civics. They taught your ass social studies, and social studies is wrong.
But but more or less, right? Like Luther Burbank High School, right? Thorn Road. I mean, pretty much surrounded by all type of. We got G Parkway. We got the parkways on one side. We got 29th Street, Meadowview. You got the Gardens. You got Elder Creek. You got a lot of different. Man, we had golf. We had a golf team. Now we was 90% all so-called black. 90. We had a tennis team. We had ROTC. When I said metal, drafting, wood shop, logic, computer graphics, typing, we had everything at that school. We was 90% black, and they called us the blood bank. That's what they called us. That was our name. We was notorious on the South Side, but we had all these things. And in the 80s And look, in the 80s and the 90s, we produced more teachers, lawyers, engineers that you would even shake a hat at. It's the craziest thing about it. The niggas that was out here gangbanging, and not gangbanging, but just doing big business on the streets was 4.0 students. I know these people personally. These niggas was intelligent. These niggas was brilliant, but they just chose that other direction. And we have people that could have been in the league, high-level players, but they just chose the other direction. Why? Because they had people in place. They never produced the ACT and SATs like that. They never really encouraged that. They just talked about it. It didn't encourage a lot of things, and they really discouraged a lot of people from actually moving forward. So people just say, "Hey, man, I'm not going that route." People went the other route.
Don't talk to me about that ACT, man. I had Penn State, Michigan, Wisconsin trying to offer me full motherfucking rides, bro, and I couldn't get over a 16 on that bitch. 10 years later, it came out that bitch was racially biased.
Exactly.
I took it 6 times. The colleges was paying for me to take the ACT. I had a 3.9 in high school. I could not get over a 16, and I'm taking courses, trying to figure it out, only for 10 years later for them to come out and say it was racially biased. It was a smack in the face. It's like right now I got a partner doing 10 years because he got caught with like 20 pounds of tree coming from one state to another. And marijuana is illegal in both states.
Man, you need to send that JP Morgan boat. Remember the JP Morgan cruise ship just got pulled over? Send that to him, man.
Hey, man, this world is wicked, bro. Beyond wicked, bro. This is crazy. How you gonna stop a nigga from living his dream to only come back and say 10 years later that the test was racially biased? No wonder I couldn't pass that mock. You know what I mean? Like, I did everything else. I was great in the community, great in school. You know what I mean? Wasn't in trouble, none of that. Got all of the stars and the accolades, player of the year. Couldn't pass the ACT. So they left me in it. Because back then it wasn't nothing. Like, think about all of the access they got now. They got NIL deals. They got the transfer portal. Like, you can leave one school and just go immediately to another school. When I was in college, you had to sit out a whole year. If you was trying to transfer, if you and the coach didn't see eye to eye, the coach knew he could bench you for the whole year. You wouldn't have no tape to even transfer, so the next school had to take you on a humbug type thing.
Right.
Now you could just go into that portal. You year after year.
That's right. They had to.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of trickery going on. But even more, though, to get back to the point, I didn't mean to take us off the point, but the learning this contract, this civics, is detrimental. It's because we live in a contract. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, brother, it took me like 3 years. 3 years to comprehend in my trust that I could be the grantor, the trustee, and the beneficiary. I'm like, you feel me, with my homies who teaching me this shit, I'm like, bro, how the fuck can I be three entities? You feel me? It took me a while to wrap my mind around that. But again, we were supposed to be learning this shit since once we was able to write our name on paper, we was supposed to been able to learn this shit. You feel me? But they kept it away from us and gave us GMO against the fruits and vegetables. You feel me? Like you said. So yeah, man, that shit is crazy. But yeah, I see you none of your business. I'm surprised you're not up here, sister. You game tight. And what's up, Nate? I see you, brother.
Hey, sister, know your business, boy. She got that heat rock.
She's a guillotine, man.
She got that King Arthur pulled a sword out of the the rock that's been there for 1,000 years. Like, she said something to me the other day. She was just talking about words, and she connected North America to the rest of the world just using words. I was like, wow. And we need that, man. We need our I don't want to use it in a negative sense, but our grimoires to return, our speakers of spells.
Yeah. You got you got a point there, and like none of your business. That's why I'm glad she came over here. I used to look at her in the chat. I mean, going back to DJ Cut time, she used to be in that chat like dropping gems. I was like, no, you better bring your ass up here. She, hell no, nah, coming up with y'all crazy. Yeah. But man, I'm telling you, like she got gems. You know what I'm saying? Like she really needs to. This is why, like, even American Idiots, like if they just, I'm glad they over here. Number one, they from Cali, they from the Bay, and you know they intelligent. And I think they can hold their own. I told them I'd give them their own day. Like, because I don't go on Friday, I'll give them Friday. They just want to come up here and just get busy, they got it.
Hey, I agree, man. Hey, shout out to you, Isness. I see you, sister.
I told them, but they want to take it, though. I told her I ain't going to do nothing. I ain't even going to be there. I'll be there, but I ain't be there. I'm going to sit in the back. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't going to be on the panel, nothing now. I'm just going to sit back, let them do their thing because number one, they Cali. They like know more about the Cali politics than I know. You know what I'm saying?
You think so? Well, I think y'all equity in that shit. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm trying to get more involved in the politics. I don't really get involved in the politics. I just watch what they do. But you know, but what I'm saying, like the stuff that they be researching, they be knowing about is different stuff.
No, I agree.
I need that though.
I think Isness put a spell of remembrance on me, man. My motherfucking lady tried to take me out 2 days ago, man. You know, over another woman, man. So shout out to Isness because she definitely checked me the other day, man. But yeah, this shit is real, man. We spiritual beings having a human experience, and this is a hell of an experience. If you tapped in, and you can see the complexities of it, the multiculturalism, so to speak, and it can be a pleasant experience. But if you just in one lane and you can't adapt, and it becomes, stagnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like real talk though. But like I said, like Isness, you and none of your business. Y'all need to figure out how y'all gonna come up here and have a Friday. Y'all, I mean, one day, just one day out. Yeah, I mean, preferably Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, whatever y'all want to do. But Friday would be a good one. But it's up to y'all if y'all just want to come up here and just hold down the fort, unless you guys just don't feel confident. Look, I'm starting some trouble.
I guess the better question would be: do they feel more comfortable speaking amongst the brothers or amongst the sisters?
They ready, man. Put them anywhere, they ready.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they got friends. They got people they can bring up here. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that was real too. If you had one day where just the sisters was building and the brothers was in the chat,
Have our own little unscrambled minds with these two sisters. You feel me? And shout out to the unscrambled minds.
Shout out to the unscrambled minds.
Well, however they want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna fall into place for sure.
Yeah, I know this, those politics involved with that too. They were like, that's gonna blow up. A lot of people don't want to blow up somebody else's channel. I get that politics as well, but it ain't even about that.
Man, it's like I told Smoke. I said, Smoke, man, what you gotta understand is, I mean, I don't know how long this empire is gonna last, right? But let's give it another 10, 15 years. How many brothers and sisters ain't gonna be here, but their voices are gonna be remembered forever? You know what I mean? Like, this is doing the work, man. You know, so I don't think it's about blowing up anybody's channel. It's about giving your light, your perspective upon certain conversations. Whether, like the brother said, he said, man, to all those who are listening now, who are going to listen in the future. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, I could perish tomorrow. You know, but when my daughter go back over these different videos and she hear me saying this, saying that, dropping this, dropping that, I'm living forever, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I don't think it's about blowing up anything. I just think it's about trying to do the work, like putting your best foot forward to do the work. Whatever that work might be.
That's it. That's it. But like I said, you know, business says it's about energy. But Nada said, I bet it will be fire. I get tired of the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. You know, I'm creative. Business. I know how to, you know, I can help y'all out with the content or whatever you guys want to do, but hey, I'm Monday through Thursday. That's it. Friday, you know, I can do some on Friday where, you know, I want to throw up some of these older videos that, you know, when I first started doing it, you know what I'm saying? We just throw those up there, you know, on Friday or something, so y'all could just check out some of the old stuff I've done. But outside of that, really at the end of the day, this is something I'm going hard in the paint, because at the end of the day, you know, once everybody get comfortable, I'm gonna start putting some things out there so we can do things, you know what I'm saying, in a private. If we want to, you know, put some things together, do some business, you know what I'm saying? So outside of that, this ain't gonna be forever, y'all. I'm just saying. I said I was gonna do it. I do it. I was actually pressed to do it. You need to do it. I was like, all right, I'll do it. So I'm doing it. It's fun, actually. I have fun with it. Cool. You know? Straight up, where you at, man? Y'all didn't catch me here past the time I need to be up here. I got a couple errands to run before 6 o'clock.
I told you, you're not running from us, cuz.
Yeah. No, shit, I damn near hit you. I'm like, let me come up here and ask my question and shit. You feel me? But yeah, I was about to send my my letters and shit out. You feel me? My letter on seeing what forms of payment these entities accept. Where do I send that? So for instance, for Capital One, do I look for that CFO, or who would I send this letter to necessarily, Coach?
Okay, so and that's, you said that's Capital One?
Capital One, correct.
Yeah, you want to send it to, well, you want to get the bill. And what they have is there's a address that you said any qualified written requests or disputes or errors, right? That's the address you want to send it to. Usually that address goes to the legal department.
Yes,
or it's something that's called a what is that thing called? Ombudsman. Ombudsman. The ombudsman department of a lot of these different places too. It's your legal department, and it's connected to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, right? So that's dealing with consumer issues. So if you know, so first of all, let's back up a little bit. Make sure that they're sending you a paper bill, something in the mail, not that online shit. They're going to send you a paper bill, as well as you pulling the bill offline. You know, if you got an account, make sure they send you the bill in the mail, and that bill is going to tell you exactly who to contact, and disputes, errors, qualified written requests, payments, so on and so forth. That's how you start. And then once you do that, just go ahead and hit me up. Let me know when you got it, and then we'll go from there.
Can I ask you a question? Are you doing a special endorsement, or are you endorsing it correctly, or are you just sending in a money order with the correct language on it? How are you approaching it? What's your qualified written request?
Shit, right now I'm just paying it off with the debt note, but I'm trying to set up the right way right now. You feel me? So, and just see what forms what forms of payment they accept, and then I go from there. But yeah, I'm just using debt note right now. If I'm understanding your question.
That's the right approach. Yeah, and that's the key question you ask. What form of payments you accept? That's a trap for them.
Oh yeah, that's a trap for them because if they lie, then they violate federal law. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But they say it's federal. They reading off federal shit saying they only accept money order, debit card, and cash. Or not even cash, just money order, check, and
they say certified funds?
Yeah.
No, they don't even say certified funds.
A money order and check is under, what is it, UCC 3-311, I believe it is. Am I right, Aton? Is it 311, 309?
I don't know off the top.
Those are negotiable instruments. Money orders, they fall under the Negotiable Instrument Act of the one that got of India.
Yeah, 1886, 1888, something like that.
So a check, a money order, a promissory note, a bill of exchange, they're all considered paper money. So they're all interchangeable. You know what I mean? So when they say money order or check, don't look at it as if they're talking about like a money order you got to get from a bank. You can create a money order.
Wow.
You're just ordering money. That's all you're doing. Now, are you going into your estate to order the money, or are you coming from another account? That would be the defining question. But yeah, Aton, right, man. That's a great question. That's a setup question. Shit, because and they probably not gonna even respond.
Oh, yes, they will. Yes, they will. They're just going to be working off the fact that you don't know nothing.
Exactly.
Oh, so you say they have responded.
That's what I'm talking about, Get Back. I'm glad you up here. Get Back don't care. He just going to ask his question. He don't give a damn. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because that's what we did. That's what we're going to be talking about. That's why I told you I need you up here so you can force me to answer these questions. Because I just don't want to just be talking. I want somebody to ask me the questions so that way I can answer. And then we can build on that. We got 3 people up here right now.
Yeah, no, J.
For you.
It's heartfelt, J Dub.
Yeah, that's J Dub.
Bro, game tight. What up, brother?
It's all good. How you doing today?
I'm not bad, brother. Glad to see you and hear from you. How's it going?
Hey, J Dub,
likewise.
Black, right? Dublin.
Say again.
Dub means the
J,
black.
like Dublin. Like Dublin. J Dub.
Like Dublin, England. Yeah, that's the black. That's the black part of England. Yeah. I love it. Hey, my running back in college, his name was C Dub. Nigga was raw. I'm talking about 2,000 yards every year. Supposed to go into the league and all that shit. I used to tell him that shit back in college. He thought I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let the language live, man. I love the name J Dub, man. That's what it do.
Yeah,
Yo,
nephew name.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Right.
Hey, look.
So
the dub is W. I can't say JW. I say J Dub. It's the W. It's JW. Well, I just say J Dub.
Oh, okay.
But it's been
Sound like my older brother. Long live, bro.
But it's been J Dub. That's just what they used to call me in high school. Yeah, for a long time. So, but it was dubbed like D-U-B.
Yeah, D-U-B means black, like a nigga.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just made it that.
I know. That's beautiful, man. Dude. That's when the language started.
Yo. When I come around, bro, I don't really have that kind of time like that. So I'm gonna come try to give a spill right quick and get on out the way. So
what up, Ron?
y'all, you're going by this thing the complete wrong way. You're moving like you're a secured party creditor, and you're not. You're not in control of the name. You're doing
Okay.
things in fraud when you're trying to advance things in a security note, or use it as a use your signature as an accepted for payment as a security agreement. Um, anything of that nature, because you're not in control of the
So I
entity.
got to be set up and trademark myself and all that before I do that.
Yes, we gotta take baby steps before we go to jumping in this higher degree of evaluation of dealing with the United States. Got to take your step one step at a time.
So I'm glad you up here, Ross. All right. So Aton, with him
Let me,
saying that, I'm just trying to find the. Well, I know y'all ain't gonna like this, but we behind the 8 ball, so I'm trying to find the quickest way right now. Cause hey, I'm the youngest in my family, and my family depending on me. So I don't want to leave them in a burning house. So
don't do nothing quick.
With you saying that, Ross, I'm just trying to find a way to trump that. So if I were to
It's-
just go set up and register my shit with the BIA, like you were saying the other day, Coach, with that Trump doing all that, or I still got to set up my trust and all that shit as well.
Well, BIA ain't got nothing to do with the United States.
Okay. Cause I remember you was I think you was talking with, I forget who, I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but you were saying something like you could just register your shit with the Secretary of Interior or the Bureau of Indian Affairs. I don't remember what entity. I've been meaning to ask you that.
If you go BIA, now they're not going to agree. But if you can register all your instruments with the BIA, being with the Indian Affairs, right? Everything
Okay.
Indian Affairs. You can register all your documents, your deeds, everything. You can put that up under that jurisdiction versus under the de facto,
Exactly.
treasury and all that stuff in the United States. You can actually do that.
Okay.
All right, so the whole purpose of a UCC1, right? When you file this, is actually to have the United States backing you on what you say you
I
claiming
don't want the
as.
United States backing
Hold
me,
on,
bro. They backing me
bro.
right now. Look what I
Jeez, I'm
got.
red.
So
No,
go ahead,
you.
Ross. My
They're
bad.
not
Go
backing
ahead.
you.
Go
They're
ahead.
not backing you. The whole essence of doing a UCC1 is to get the backing on what you said belongs to you. The government saying, yes, we verify this. That's what a UCC for. Without that verification, you can put anything you want into the business in the Indian affairs. It's not going to be in total representation because the shit already belonged to the U.S. because you never
It
claimed it.
don't belong to the
Bro,
U.S.,
bro, bro,
Ross.
bro, 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 bro. You never claimed it. It's like
Yeah,
what I'm
and
trying to say.
trickery. They tricked us, bruh.
I don't want the arguments. I don't need
Yeah,
the
no, we ain't gonna
arguments,
argue,
bro.
but they
I
tricked
don't
us,
need.
so it's null and
I
void.
don't
Both
want the
ends.
back and forth, bro. I'm trying to give you a line of direction, and if you
I
can't
hear what
accept
you're
the
saying,
direction, I'm
Ross.
finna get the fuck out the way. Cause I'm tired of saying the same shit over and over again. Ain't nobody paying
Right.
attention.
We
We
hear
gotta
what
pay
you saying,
attention.
bro. We hear
You
what
have
you
to.
saying.
Okay, get in control of the name, the entity that you're claiming that's all this shit is up under.
My bad, I'm
Because
out.
you're not in control of it. The United States is in control of it. And by you taking it and giving it to the business in the affair, you're saying that, oh yeah, this property and this belong to me. You're moving in fraud because you're not actually the owner of it.
So is
You're
the
not even the
United
owner
States
of the
not moving
name.
in fraud, Ross? Is the
You're
United
not
States not
even.
moving in fraud?
You're not. No, that listen to what I'm saying, bro. The name that you're claiming is owned by the United States.
Yeah, the name my parents
That's
made.
that's done in fraud. That's done in fraud.
It's
If you
made.
come
It's
if
we,
you come use this name that's already operating in fraud, doesn't make you clear. Do you understand? You're a part of the fraud. You're actually acting in fraud.
but it's through trickery, Ross. My mom she had some damn drugs and she was damn near on her deathbed when she signed this damn birth certificate, bruh.
Control the name, bro, so you won't be tricked. You know what
Okay,
you got in
I
your
got you,
hand.
bruh. I got you, bruh. I'm right there with the
a UCC is
USPTO
not
to
a claim.
trademark my shit. I got the trust set up. I got to
You're
move
gonna
shit
have
in
to
the
do it.
trust.
It costs a little more than that. You need to do a UCC one, and the people
Hmm.
don't really know how to file that. You
Shout out
want
to Mama Chief. She be helping me with that. So, but I got coach too now. So
Yeah,
to
but a
when you
UCC
filling out this UCC one,
claim.
man, as debtor, the debtor, you want to put on the hospital you was born in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the debtor.
Yep.
And a UCC one is not a claim,
When
bro.
you do your SS4, you want to put your mom or your father, not your mom, your father's name on it as
Okay.
the debtor or the responsible party, the creator of the entity, your dad. That's who's going to be responsible for the estate, the actual creation of the estate, or your grandfather. That's what's going to be recognized far as the United States saying, God damn, we put a stamp on this. This shit is right. All this listening to bullshit, bro, it ain't the business. The caps off to
We just
whoever.
trying to figure it out together, Ross. You feel me? We just trying to figure it out together. And again, the United States is against us. So we really want to have discretion with any contracting with them unless we come in the right way, not the light way. You feel me?
A
So
UCC is not a contract, bro. It's a notification on what the hell you saying you own, you
I didn't say
possess.
anything. I just said contract. And UCC
When
is
you
contracting with them at the end of the
look,
day.
when you're moving in this commerce venue, you need the United States, bro. United States is not a bad thing if you know how to operate it or
You right,
operate
but they
with it.
didn't. You right, and in
It's the
our defense,
best.
I don't know if you was listening, but they didn't fucking teach us how to fucking operate. They was teaching us some fucking bullshit, bro,
It's
and not
not
just
their
our family.
responsibility. It's not. See, we got to get out of this hatred. We got to get out of this blame game, and we
No,
got to take
no, hey,
accountability.
Ross, you say you got to be mad at your family, and I said not just the family, because the family went to school before I did, and then
I'm trying to say we got to have responsibility and accountability of ourselves.
I was born in '91, bro. What responsibility do I gotta accept, Ross?
This
On the record,
information that's open to the
on
public.
the record right now, what responsibility do we gotta
This
accept?
information that's open freely to the
That
public.
shit is not open freely, Ross.
It
We ain't even
is. How
got
you think,
case.
bro? I learned it from reading what's open to the public. Ain't nobody hold my hand, bro. This is what
Hey,
I'm
I got a
saying.
call coming
I
in.
had to
One
take
sec.
it
I got a
upon
call
my.
coming
All
in.
right, cool. I had to take it upon myself to want to acquire what I needed to advance myself. Like the white man, I had to go back, look at his game plan. I had to study his game plan. No one came and gave me a hand. You think the white man want to come hold my hand and give me some way? You think the white man give a fuck if I'm talking about Indian? You think the white man give a fuck if they do the same? They say the same shit. It don't make none. What's making sense and making some type of leeway or an advancement for someone is this goddamn UCC. I mean, dealing in the UCC. That's the only way. You're gonna
A
have
lot
to
of
deal
niggas
with
ain't
it.
fucking that shit, bro. Slow down with that. So, a lot of people got locked up. A lot of niggas got locked up with that shit in the 90s. They
With
wouldn't
what?
wrap up whole fucking churches, bruh.
With
Slow
what?
down with that.
With what?
The UCC system.
Bro, the UCC is everything.
I get what you're saying, but it's not
So,
as easy
wait.
as you saying it is, bro. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, if you're not living in a hut in the middle of the wilderness in the jungle, you gonna need to operate the UCC correctly, or you're gonna get damaged in it.
Correctly. There you go. And it's not that simple.
What do you mean churches got fucked up? I don't know what churches went and did and end up robbing the church and saying they got grants and didn't do what they were supposed to do.
In the 90s, niggas got a piece of this shit from I don't know if it was the Tea Party people or whatever, but they was slanging that shit big time, the brothers. And the churches, they went and hollered at the judges. The judges held these cases up until they could get schooled on what this new shit was that was showing up on their ass. And then they this is what they did to them. They said, y'all not citizens, so you can't use this. Locked up whole churches.
Hold up, I'm not understanding what you're saying, bro.
What I'm trying to say is you're oversimplifying this, and you're trying to say it's just that simple to read for oneself.
I'm oversimplifying it, or is it simple?
I'm trying to just say there's more to it than what you're just saying.
No, hold up. If I'm oversimplifying it, bro, that means I'm trying to give you a point of direction that is not simple at all. I'm giving you more. If I'm making it simple, and it's like I'm giving you 1, 2, 3 and leaving it at that, which I never give anyone 1, 2, 3. When I'm hearing people trying to jump up to 9 and ain't even did 1 yet, it quietly upsets me to have to come back every day to say, yo, you skipping 1.
Well, you probably getting so mad because you're repeating yourself. You probably, hey, bro, we Aboriginal, bro. We visual. If you could come up here and do a fucking application and put John Doe and a fake address on this, fucking show us how to do this shit.
This shit is wild.
You feel me? Like,
I'm
hey,
Aboriginal,
man,
bro.
Why who went to college who can't even comprehend this shit, bro.
Look. I'm gonna show you this. If someone got something that I want or I need, I'm finna humble myself to learn what the fuck they saying. Not them giving me piece by piece, feeding me out of fish. I'm finna observe them how the fuck they cast they reel, how the fuck they pull a float on, how they put a
And that's
worm
showing
on,
us, not talking to us, bro. You saying showing us how to cast
bro,
the
I
reel.
didn't
You telling us how to cast the reel.
I'm giving you all the clues. Listen again, bro. I've given every clue it's supposed to be given.
That's not showing, bro. That ain't showing us how to cast
why
the
you keep?
reel.
I can't show shit if I get interrupted and just talking. If I can sell you, if I can sit here and tell you 1, 2, 3, bro, and you can't listen long enough and stop the emotional thing and stop the prior education.
Stop saying these men are emotional, bro.
See? It is emotional, bro.
We had hours of conversation, bro.
It is
I listened
emotional.
to you, bro.
And look how you interrupted me. No, I can't even finish talking because you're getting emotional, bro. As soon as I say something you don't like, you get a hairy ass, hitch up your ass. You got to respond. Stop responding, bro, and just listen. Damn, it's that hard. I can never give you something if you're getting off track on one thing. So what do white people, the government gonna do to you? What the government doing to you every day? They throwing some in your face to throw you off track. So you can't learn this and know that. If I'm coming up here and I say emotion and that throws you completely off track, bro, it ain't my fault. It's not my fault. And I'm not gonna be easy, kissy with nobody, cause ain't no one do that for me. I'm not better than you. So if I can pick up a book and comprehend what the fuck I'm reading, or read it 6 times until I do, bro, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I want me to survive. I don't want nobody to come give me something. It's not worth anything if somebody give it to me, bro.
You just gonna give us lip.
How many times I didn't say do your SS4? How many of you didn't do an SS4? How many times we done pulled it up on the internet and said this is this is that? I just came and told you when you do your SS4, you use your father as the responsible party. I'm giving you clue. You ain't going on the goddamn computer pulling up the SS4 and going through it and say, oh, well, what's this question on this one then? Or what's this? I got it in my face right now, Naughty. I'm trying to follow you, Naughty.
I'm not in the setting right
You
now.
can't keep coming telling me I'm going to break you off as soon as I feel something I don't like you say. And I'm going to go ride with some bullshit because somebody's talking about we Indian and that's going to be sufficient for me and my generations coming around. No, bro, by you saying you're Indian don't mean shit nowhere.
Who stated that? Nobody's saying us Indians.
Whoever's saying it.
The BIA, bro, because the BIA was used. That's
whoever's saying it, bro, it has no leeway. United States is over all that shit. You gotta come to the head before you go anywhere else, bro.
I hear what you're saying, but
Naughty, I'm a secure party predator. I got my shit done years ago. So it's not like I don't get what you're saying, but the way you getting your point across, bro, you pointing your finger that everybody else is emotional.
I'm not no easy dude. I'm sitting up here listening to y'all right now. just sitting back listening, and y'all sitting up here praising, oh yes, Empress, boo, 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 yes, this, and I'm sitting up there saying, damn, I'm really trying to figure out at what point could I actually learn something from these individuals that's being praised. So I'm listening to the bullshit carrying on, but I'm not listening to you talking about how to secure part of yourself. If you secure
You know
part of
why?
yourself,
Because
why are you not leading the
let me tell you
conversation?
why. Let me answer that for you. Because when I talked to Coach about it, he said we would do that shit on the private, not on the motherfucking live line like you are right now, nigga.
This the whole thing right now. Everybody's mad at Naughty because Naughty come give them goddamn clues
We
on how to
ain't mad
move.
at you, Ross.
Hey,
We
bro,
not
hold
mad,
up, bro.
brother.
I'm not
You just
looking
think
for a
we
response.
emotional and shit. Coach is
I'm
backing
not
me and
looking
saying I
for a
ain't being
response.
emotional.
I'm
We
not
not
looking.
emotional.
I'm
Keep
not
the shit
looking for a
private, bro. That's
response.
all we
I'm just
saying. Keep
looking
it
to say
private.
what I want to say.
If you was listening, brother,
God
you would have
damn, bro,
heard
this shit
him
is
say that he would
crazy,
like to
man.
do some things. Listen, nigga, he would like to do some things on the private where we can get together and do some business together on the private. Did you hear that shit?
That's between you and Aton. That's between you and
No, he was
Aton. But
speaking
for the
to the
And that's
people
panel,
that
everybody
need to
bro.
who
be,
was there listening, bro.
He was
Everybody
speaking to the
listening.
for the
panel.
people that needs to go and the
He was
brother
speaking to the panel.
I am you just came up here and said this shit was actually built for intellectual development and people to come with intellectual strength on what's right and what's truth. But it's a bunch of cooning and bathooning, and motherfuckers want to be people friend, and Naughty ain't nobody friend. I don't care about being no one's friend. I'm gonna give you
You
the
ain't
facts of
helping
the
nobody either,
information,
Naughty.
whether you can swallow
What's the
it or
purpose?
not. I'm not
Is your
here to
purpose
cater
to
to
help,
you.
nigga? I don't need a friend. Are you here to
So what
help
the
or
hell
not?
you telling me that all you said is
We don't need a friend,
no,
nigga. Nobody
nigga, I'm
said we
not here
want to
to
be your
fucking
friend.
compromise to you.
Nobody wants to be your
Fuck that,
friend. We're
bro.
talking
I'm
about
gonna give you this
business.
goddamn
We said we're gonna
information
do it on
whether
the
you like
private,
it or
and you
not.
came and blow up the
I'm
show
not
because
here
you ain't
to
got shit to
sound
say.
sweet. I'm not here to kumbaya, hold hands, say that we part of the same tribe. None of that shit. I'm here to talk
Good,
about this goddamn United States. What the fuck they
good.
did. Fuck the rest of
Okay.
that shit, bro. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Shit with you, bro. It's the same shit with you. We
It's gonna
said that
be
we were
the
gonna talk
same.
about this shit in the
I'm
private.
always the same, bro.
He
This
said he
is
was gonna
real
talk
shit
about
I'm
it in the
talking
private,
about.
bro. We
We
said he
got
was gonna
no
talk about.
time, bro. We
I
have
like
no time
corrections
to
at your ass
sidetrack.
on when business brought the shit about these motherfucking Caribbean motherfuckers over here fucking double teaming us. That's who the motherfucker is. We got the problems with.
Oh my God, bro.
Your
There you
God,
going back in your
your God is
emotions.
right, bro.
Fuck a Caribbean, fuck a terrorist, man, all that shit don't matter. You're bringing up shit that can't fucking control your life. The only thing can control your life if you setting yourself up and working out your goddamn estate. That's all we should be talking about until we all got it done. Then that
That's
other
right.
bullshit,
So
that
let's do
sidebar,
it
that
in the
All
entertainment
right.
private,
shit
bro.
can play a game, bro. Grow
So
the
Respect,
let's do
fuck
it in
Ross.
the
up.
private.
Respect.
Grow up, bro. Grow up.
Respect. Hey, let me say
Well,
this. Look, the United States is helping these immigrants set they trust and shit up. So, Ross, can you calm down and be a part of the dream team or you feel me? Be a part of this group
Bro,
and
I've been part of the dream team for
show
over
us. You
13
feel me?
years,
Help,
bro. I've been
bro. We gonna need some people to
Hold-
set up some shit for our people,
How the
bro.
hell I'm
These
gonna come
immigrants is
show up when
coming
you
here.
trying to disrespect me on the slide, bro? Like I'm
nobody
ignorant.
disrespecting you.
When you
Nobody
trying to draw
disrespecting
some
you.
emotions in
Ignorant.
the game, we're not talking
We
about the information.
the
It
only
leads
one with
back to
emotion.
foreign of this, foreign of that, foreign of this. My God, get the fuck out of here with that talk, bro. We can't get nowhere like that.
That's who's fucking with us. The fucking
No,
foreigners.
you're
Nigga,
fucking with
hey, I've
yourself
been up
because
since
you
3
won't.
a.m. Pacific time, and
Crazy.
I've been
I'm
smoking
gonna
since
let
3 a.m. I'm
I'm gonna
big
let y'all
high. I'm
have it.
chilling. I ain't
Time out.
I'm gonna let
Time
emotional
y'all
or
out.
have it,
nothing, bro.
bro. I'm gonna let
Time
y'all
out.
have
Time
it.
out. Time
I'm
out.
chilling.
Time out. Time out.
I'm
Time
gonna
out.
let
Time
y'all
out.
have it.
Hey, look. We all have our different approaches, but everything works. It ain't one is more superior than the other. I think there's steps and levels to it. That's from my experience. You know what I'm saying? Now, what we can do tomorrow is y'all not bring your asses up here so goddamn late when I already said 20, 30 minutes, and y'all got me 40 minutes past where I need to be. I got to be somewhere about 6 o'clock.
Love
Hey,
y'all.
I'm gone. I'll see you guys on the other side.
Hey, so let's come back tomorrow. Get back. Let's continue.
Y'all go ahead, bro. I'm good. It's not going nowhere.
Let's
None of
continue.
this shit is
Oh, it's
going
gonna go
anywhere.
somewhere.
Ain't
Hey,
nobody doing shit.
it's
But talking
going
about they
somewhere.
want somebody to do something for them. I'm
Hey,
tired of that.
that's
I gotta come tell you how to do it, how you can
wait,
understand it, and
wait,
do the paperwork for you
wait,
too. What the fuck?
wait a minute. That's not nobody up here. Get back, ask you the question. I didn't. There's nobody up here asking you to do anything for them. I think Get Back asked you a question, and maybe we just trying to see what's going on. But you came up here and you said everybody doing things wrong. You know what I'm saying? You came up here with that, man. But like I said, tomorrow, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give, and I'll be going at 1:45 to 2 o'clock. You guys all know when you get paid. And like I said, once I get done with my stream and my back and forth with my stream and getting information in, I'm going to give you guys a couple. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And you guys are going to have a specific point in time to come up here, and we go straight to that. And I can reserve what I'm doing on Thursday with the other stuff I'm doing. We can go straight to that, continue this conversation. All right? We'll do it that way. But outside of that, look. You know what I'm saying? We going to let everybody have their own individual, battles or whatever, going back and forth, whatever. That's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So if it's just not up here, we ain't mention anybody that ain't up here. We ain't mention their name. We stick on our own arguments and we stand on our own squares. But outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Now he came up with I don't know what that was about, but hey, you know what I'm saying?
It's disruptive, bro. That's what it's about.
But like I said, what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna open up the panel. We gonna just have it out in a good way, and however way it go, and we'll make it happen from there. All right, we'll do that. So we just go ahead and we'll leave it there. All right, we'll just leave it there. We'll leave it there. But hey, that was good though. That was good. That's why I like Firekeeper. Firekeeper ain't gonna put no cut in it. So, yeah, that was good. Oversimplifying, right, J-Dub?
Yeah, man.
He be making it sound real simple, don't he?
Fuck yeah. People been locked up over that in the 90s, man. This ain't new shit.
Exactly. This ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. I mean, and the system is what the system's always been. And I think he's just not hearing it from the perspective of what you would say. You're oversimplifying it. Number one, it's not that easy. I mean, it took me a lot of time to really learn it. And know that, and this goes into what Get Back is saying, like, hey, man, we wasn't taught this shit. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we've been hearing people get locked up behind all this different type of stuff based on bad information or half-ass teaching. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I've seen it happen myself in court. What I'm saying is when you stump these motherfuckers, they don't know that one individual judge might have not have known what the fuck you just said or just did, and they will pause the shit. They will pause the shit on your ass, go get educated, and then come back and clean your clock. It happens. So you got to know how to maneuver and have multiple ways so they don't see it. They've seen this shit. A lot of them have seen this shit before, man. So I'm just saying, just because you've been able to have success and you haven't been touched in a way where it's you losing wealth, then kudos to you. Why don't you share that shit? I mean, you know how I do, man. I shared with you everything that I've touched.
Right.
No problems. I paid thousands and thousands of dollars for information. So yeah, I'm in educating myself and finding out what the truth is. But still, man, there's no silver fucking bullet. And I'm sorry that I'm cursing, but it's not a curse, but you know what I mean. Just strong language. But but the brother comes up here and talk the emotional stuff all the time. It's just that gets tiring. I know he's frustrated with we're saying things that this doesn't go with the way that he has been able to get his success. So let's take our stuff, and there's so many processes, man. I bought a lot of them.
That's right.
So which one and how should we really disseminate this information to others so that it can maybe work and help them in their situation instead of just putting fingers and saying you're talking shit, you're talking stupid, you're ignorant, all that, man. Come on, we don't got time for that.
That's why I was saying
That's all
earlier.
I got to say. So
that's just what I'm saying earlier. See, you knew me. I'm kind of new, and I had to get used to the circles that these brothers that I met, these brothers and sisters that I met. These channels are really toxic on beating on each other and degrading each other. You know what I'm saying? These people come from these channels like degrading each other and chopping each other down, man. I'm telling you, it's interesting. My thing is that I know they want the information, they thirsty for the knowledge, but they have fear in them for whatever reason. So that's why I still rock with the brothers and sisters, and it's all good. I'm just one of the ones that's solid and ground round to keep coming over here and doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying, in regards to getting the knowledge because they're gonna see another side of it. I'm just trying to give them another side of it without all the extras, but eventually they'll figure it out. And if they don't, guess what? I'm gonna have to,
You said you were going to do this wrong, so so I understand that. So the thing to me would be, let's get to the nitty gritty offline, like you've been suggesting, but that seems to slip past people's mind. So then that way we can give you the floor, we can present the shit. You can put the shit on the screen where it's not everybody looking at the shit all over the world. Forget all that. Let's do the Zooms, and like you described, for the people that really want to know. I remember the lady saying they want to know about how to do trust and stuff like that. You put a guy up there that said, fuck a trust. That shit don't mean shit. I've seen that too. I want to know further what you meant by that. But nonetheless, don't be scaring these ladies off like that, bro. I don't want to hear that shit.
No, that's naughty. That ain't nonetheless.
No, not nonetheless. That's just the word. I didn't mean him.
Oh. You stupid.
No, I didn't mean him. I'm just saying nonetheless. I didn't mean his handle. I'm just saying, I like what you're saying. Get a ladies Friday or whatever day they select, because I want to tune in and hear. I told you about my girl. She said she loved hearing you guys. She said she felt like she was sneaking in hearing men speak because she don't hear men speak. She don't hear men go take them to the heights and then come back down, and the youngsters say, "Oh, I get what you're saying." Even if he didn't agree with everything you said, he was respectful in saying, "Okay, let's continue the dialogue. I'm not gonna sit here and throw darts and kill your ass and it's over. Now what? Because I didn't get my way, or someone didn't get their way in speaking what they wanted to speak." So we here for solutions, man. That's what I tell the ladies. Men like to find solutions. We don't like to fuck around. And any man that don't do that, I don't know what the fuck his problem is. Because I got too much wealth that I've lost. I ain't got time to fuck with nobody that's over here in their little yacht and saying they got it all, putting their little bling bling on the damn screen. Fuck all that shit. I don't want none of that goddamn trap shit. I don't want none of this shit these motherfuckers make. I don't need none of it. We've done all that shit before. So there's something else going on. I wish you talk about mythology, because that's what these niggas is missing. All right. And that's all I got to say. But yeah, man, bring them ladies back. Much respect to them. I learned so much from them two women. Shit, I hate hearing all these goddamn men speak all the fucking time. So yeah, please give them a day, bro. That's a great idea. So we can keep it pushing.
Yeah. All they gotta say is, yay. Let's do it.
Yeah. She brought mad information. I didn't think we'd hear from Nadi again. He still didn't say none of that shit she brought. It's deeper than just me saying the Caribbean. I'm talking about hide and seek motherfuckers that's coming from. I told you about my boy. I'm sitting here being the kumbaya shit, like everything is everything, and this motherfucker's great granddaddy was a goddamn traitor. I shouldn't be helping that nigga for nothing. Because he wants to be a U.S. citizen, be the best one he can fucking be. Nah, I don't want to hear that. Be the first one to rat your ass out, tell you where you live, tell you where you're at. But you don't know, you can't trust these bitches. So nah, man. Stay on your point, stay on your plan, and you know I'm always rocking with that shit. Fuck these motherfuckers that act like that, want to break up shit because they're getting abused all over the damn internet. Don't bring that shit here.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done, man.
All right.
All right, Aton. Good job, though, bro.
All right, bro.
I'm mad, man. The fucking Office Max and lost my damn fucking thumb drive. Anyway, I'm gonna get over it. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bro.
All right, now I'll be on time.
All right.
All right, later.
Later. All right. Well, as you know, let's just get the information out, man. It could be hypey, it could be whatever it needs to be. Just get the information out. You ask the question, we'll get to it. Not volunteering any information, but the information that you guys are getting from me. Anybody want to come up, ask a question, just like Get Back Firekeeper did? Ask what I'm talking about right there. All right? You can come up here, ask me a question, jump right off the panel. Good. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, in the circumstances, the offer's on the table, sisters. What's up, Darvish? Yeah, we about to get up out of here, man. About to get up out of here, though. All right? So, as you know, when the song ends, we out of here.
Don't move it. Don't move it. Yeah. Don't move it. Don't move it. Don't move it.
I'm the coach, quotes coded in oak with a ghost loaded focus. Chrome in the coat, king with the cloak, smoking that hocus pocus. Infinite styles, pivot and pile up the mileage. I'm wild with the science. You see the line on my avatar, iron draw pride. I to devour the silence. Why you niggas steady lying? Got me laughing hard, satire and fraud. I fire the squad. Wise get crossed when I'm sparring with all the guards. Author of art, carving a mark in the bark of the market at large. Target the sharks, heart of a Spartan. I sharpen the margin with bars. You rather bargain and dodge. I'd rather you come get your taxes done. Black suit back, room facts in a stack. I'm relaxing the maximum. Get out of the pocket, the profit of rocket. Then I just might tax you punch. Bracket your funds, I'm stacking in chunks. Reacting to acid, you're begging to punch. Sometimes my community, hard-headed, scarred, dreading the lessons. I chart head and start spreading the message, embedded in pressure. Sovereign living, I'm private with it. No corporate percentage. Discharging debt with a pen stroke. You still don't notice the vision. I've been telling y'all you don't want to debate me. Weighty and ready. Great with machetes, linguistically shredding the petty. Grab these 15 acres. Landscape major, plan made paper. Land patent stamped and sacred since my campaign greater. I ain't talking about Ice-T when I say that I can show you law and order. Court recorder, I sort the torture, contort the border. I eat the case, beat the state, leave a trace of the raw supporter. Briefcase aura, got your baby mama thinking that I'm a lawyer. Seminole Indian sentiment, militant on sovereign soil. Private enrollment, tribal component. I'm the boss if you're trying to employ it.
Gosh, baby, infinite.